One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow. Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to all our friends in South Florida, Atlanta, New York City, Chicago. Welcome to the first part, the first hour of the Brooklyn Cafe. I'm exhausted.
You're making me exhausted. I can't even breathe right now.
You know, you were very demanding today. You get this and get that and get this and get that.
Let's just get something straight.
Yes.
If you're going to make a meeting,
Yes.
I'm going to make a meeting. We got to communicate a little bit better.
I have
Francois says it's all about communications, right?
Hey, first of all, I didn't even make that meeting. Francois did. He says, I'll see you there. I said, okay. Intern said, I'm coming. Okay.
And then Christina brings the guest.
Christina.
It's a good thing I canceled the other meeting to come tomorrow because I had a feeling you double, triple, quarter, I don't know, what's it called, 4 times? Quadruple book?
We do what we do.
But
the meetings have been fantastic.
Yes.
There's a long story with this gentleman here. What is it called? Ask Robert?
Ask Robert.
Mr. Fix-It? No, I'm Mr. Fix-It.
This is Freddy Fix-It.
I'm Mr. Fix-It. He's Ask Robert. That's right.
Ask Robert. We got Freddy
But I'm going to tell you
Fix-It,
something.
Ask Robert.
I wish I knew Robert, and we're going to get into that a little bit, but I wish I knew Robert in the day. I would be on a beach retired.
I'm going.
Retired.
I was thinking today, I'm taking not even running shoes, just no shoes to the beach, done. Want to come?
Go ahead, run.
Run, out, gone.
We'll chase you down with a camera. But a lot of new friends in the house. We got a new intern. We got the Rasta Man on the board.
I got to ask Rasta Man. I don't like that name, by the way, Rashad.
What does he want?
How about the perks of the business? How was that dinner last night?
She saw your Twitter.
I saw his Instagram.
Yes.
How was that dinner last night?
It was fabulous. Chef Miguel was amazing. He was a really nice guy, but the food was amazing. It was really good.
As I say all the time, we might not pay well on our interns, but we do
don't
feed
pay at
them
all.
very well. Don't we feed you well? We take care of you.
How was the food?
Actually, the food was delicious. It was very different than anything I've ever tried before. I had squid ink. It was called Fedoras Negros.
Squid ink pasta?
Fedoras Negros.
Yes.
That's Spanish. Fricaditos Negros. You had that?
Yes.
You like it?
It was delicious.
Wow. You know, the amazing thing about David DePino, and he's going to be on our second half with Death or Glory, and I got to find out all about that name.
That's not a rock
Death or Glory is coming in the second half of our show.
Oh, I'm so excited
food.
about it. I have to ask. I mean, that sounds
David
like a
DePino
rock band.
sets us up with food. I had my cake from Katie Cakes. I think I got them a gig for the Habitat for Humanity Women's Build. The luncheon that we're having here, they need a little cake, so I gave them the Katie Cakes.
I want him to do Pampalani's gig.
Who, Death or
April
Glory
12th.
or Katie Cakes?
Both, everybody. Bring everybody.
That's next year.
Yeah, so what? It's a 1,000 people event. Maybe 2,000 when I'm through.
1,000 people, Chef Jesse?
It'll take me about a year.
It'll take you
You
about a year.
Start cooking now, buddy.
Our 12 o'clock hour, we always have food, but what better to pair food with than some lovely jewelry? We've got our artists here, our jewelry wearable art from the heart of Delray Gallery. Death or Glory, our first hour. Second hour, we've got Tara Violet, we've got Lynn Radis, we've got more women empowerment. So get your fix of the men here because we got the women coming second hour.
Do you know how proud I am that there are 5 men on the set
Way to
today?
go, Freddy. Nice.
I'm catching up. I mean, I'm surrounded everywhere with this empowerment woman thing, which I have nothing wrong with it. But it's nice once in a while to have guys on the set.
I just want you to know, I heard and I was thinking about you. I was at the follow-up event for
I didn't
Pam.
do it.
But you're going to like this story.
Oh, okay.
Follow-up event for Pam
Yes.
on Tuesday night, and on Fox News, there is a segment about male empowerment because he says, and I can't remember the gentleman's name, what happened to men empowerment? Everything's about women and Me Too and all about women and their growth. And he says, what about men? So I was thinking of you because I said that is what you say all the time.
What do I say?
Do you know what it's like working with you?
What do I say?
It's like being married for 30 years and I talk and answer my own questions.
What?
Because what did I say?
Do-
He missed the entire conversation.
I didn't miss it. I want to know. I want you to repeat to me. What did I
What
say?
did I say?
You said something about women. First of all, you have me
This is what it's like
sharing.
to be married to
you
you?
have me sharing. No, it's worse. You're just gonna have me sharing stuff out here, and I'm trying to do 15 things at one time. All right, let's talk about art.
We're going to talk about jewelry. We've got Carlisle Gibbs
now
with
hold
us.
on.
Hold on.
Because this jewelry, you called it something.
Wearable arts.
Wearable arts. So I have a question.
Do you want to wear it?
No. So if I have a tattoo, which I do here, right? And I wanted to put art in the tattoo, jewelry on the tattoo, is that what this is about?
No.
Thank you, Catherine.
No.
There you have it. I thought it was wearable art. I'm wearing it.
You do have wearable art. This is different. And
Guys, am I confused, guys? Raj, you hearing this? Am I
He's,
confused?
he's still dealing with his squidding pasta over there from
I know,
last
I
night.
think
He's
it's
very
growing
happy.
in him or something.
Frederico.
Yes.
May I?
Yes, you may. I love your ring, by the way.
Thank you.
Wearable art.
Yes, it's in the line, as is many other of our one-of-a-kind pieces. We offer that. We do a one-of-a-kind, and we primarily work in silver, gold, gemstones, pearls, and we make and design everything ourselves, and we call it wearable art because it's like little sculptures, little pieces of art that you can put on your body. Now,
That was my question.
No, but you were saying about tattoos. I didn't understand.
No, if I want to stick something on my tattoo, wearable art.
Well, that's a separate entity. You're talking about a tattoo versus, are you talking about maybe putting piercings in there with some jewels inside the tattoo?
like
Oh,
Bonnie.
sure.
Like Bonnie does paint and she puts jewelry on it.
Right, and
You
I've
seen
seen
that?
canvases.
It's really cool.
I've seen canvases that have
Jewelry
that
on it.
embedded
Yeah.
on the surface, and
You following this
yeah. Why
conversation?
do you want Carlisle Gibbs to do a special one of a kind jewel on your?
I think it'd be kind of cool.
tattoo?
I don't know if I want
Never
it because it
even
sounds kind of
thought-
painful.
Okay,
I
never.
have to tell you, one of my favorite
What do you
pieces of
think?
Carlisle Gibbs, and it's not even out here, is the cameo face ring. And we just need to put it on a ring that fits my finger because I couldn't find a finger
we
that
get
it
you
fit
a new
on.
finger.
Or actually, they said they'll put it on a new base for me because I collect faces, and I don't know why. I love, you know, I do. All of my jewelry has faces on it.
That's kind of creepy.
And we
though.
get to, and they're always women's faces.
It's kind of,
Even
and
creepier.
even more creepier.
And every day we get to walk by this beautiful jewelry case when we come in and out of the gallery. And the pieces I just think are so spectacular. You tell me you knit the gold.
Crochet.
You crochet the gold in
I
this
used to
bracelet.
crochet.
But Freddie,
But not gold. It's kind of cool.
can you, I don't know whose piece this is.
That's mine. Cheryl
She
Gibbs.
crochets this gold to
Okay.
look like this,
Now
like
let me.
thread.
Now what's in the middle? What kind of stone is this?
Oh, that's a druzy.
Isn't this magnificent?
Yes, it is a doozy.
It's a
Isn't
druzy.
it beautiful?
It's a doozy, baby. It's a. Can you imagine going to work with
Rashad,
this?
can you show this piece? Look at this piece. It's a purple druzy, and this gold is crocheted.
Yes. Very
Right?
carefully, because it'll break if you pull on it.
I mean,
too
can you
hard.
wear it? Or can you
Yes,
just
a
look at it?
bracelet. Isn't that
I would
incredible?
be scared to death to break it.
Once it's crocheted, it's quite strong, so
Oh, okay.
you don't have to worry about it.
Now I need to ask, what in God's good heaven made you decide to do a piece like this? This is unbelievable.
It was a moment of insanity, really.
How long
Well,
does it
she's
take to
honest,
crochet?
right? She's on.
For me, that piece would take about 4 hours.
That's it?
Yep.
Christina, look at this one. Again, this is another
Beautiful.
piece that is crocheted.
Let me tell you my background, what inspired me originally.
Did you create this piece?
That's one of mine. And I started crocheting when I was about 7 years old with silk yarn.
Wow.
And then, after taking metal classes and workshops and deciding I wanted to be a jeweler of one-of-a-kind wearable art, I started crocheting in silver and gold. We also do knitting, and we do looming. We do all sorts of tactile looming.
You
Yes.
could do a dress this way.
Well,
No?
look at that piece right in front there. Has that been loomed,
Are you speaking of this one?
crocheted? Yes.
This is actually chain mail. We do chain mail, which is jump rings that are connected. They can either be pressed with your pliers or actually soldered together.
Really?
And that is another very soft, movable piece of the jewelry that is nice to a woman's form and very much part of the line. We have several chainmail pieces. We actually have about 12 different medias we work in.
And how long have you ladies been working together?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I believe
Centuries.
we met in the Boca Raton Art School in a fabrication class about 15 years ago.
Oh, I walked by there once.
You walked by there once. You know, I could see wearing that chainmail piece would be Faith,
Faith Washington?
right?
No,
Like,
it's
you know,
too
her
small.
warrior, too small.
Yeah, Faith is a big woman. You know, she's
She's
going to
just
need a
small.
bigger piece.
Reed, you can come in and we'll get you a chair.
Reed, no,
here for you.
food is coming, Reed. Don't worry, it's coming.
Reed, food's on its way. Don't worry, we got you covered, buddy.
All right, now I have to ask the other, and this is a crazy question coming from me, because what the hell are we doing putting a television radio studio in an art gallery? But why the gallery?
I don't understand the question.
Why did you put your jewelry in an art gallery?
Because it's art.
It's wearable art.
It's
wearable
wearable
art.
art.
That's
yeah.
kind of cool.
And I can say that because it has been accepted now as a fine art, we show at other galleries, and the Boca Raton Museum gallery, which I'm also a painter, and I have shown my paintings for a while there. They just started accepting jewelry as a fine art.
Now, you ladies collaborate. So someone will start a piece and someone else finishes the piece.
Generally, we
used
make
to.
our own pieces.
What about this piece that I have on, which is amazing?
That's one of mine,
that's
and
Kathy's.
that's wire work with gemstones.
Beautiful.
It is, but you're wearing the wrong dress.
Well,
for it.
I know.
Thank
She asked me
you.
what I was
So
wearing.
you're absolutely correct.
You're competing
I
with
know.
the. You're competing with the dress.
but-
How you doing, Dan?
But you know what?
She's competing with the.
I'm Cleopatra. You never know what I'm going to wear. Hey, Dan, would you like to join us?
Dan, would
Have
you
a
like to
seat,
sit?
Dan.
Being the curator to the
Being
Heart
the
of Del
curator
Rey.
of the Heart of Del Rey Gallery.
Daniel,
Come on, Daniel, we need you.
our inspiration and our leader.
We just need to turn on Daniel's mic.
Is that mic on there?
Mic testing.
Okay.
All right, we may need to put Dan in the spot.
Dan,
Absolutely.
He's in?
Dan is in
Okay,
the
good.
spot. Dan is the curator of the Heart, as the curator and
How's my
owner of. It's
I
lovely.
just got a haircut. Is it okay?
Looks
Let's see
good.
the back. Very nice.
Now, Dan, you know, it's amazing what you've done with the place, because you have all sorts of inspirational pieces. It isn't just pieces. It's like one marinates another, that marinates another, and then you get this big salad. You have jewelry here. What inspired you to bring them? I mean, this is amazing.
The work is amazing, and the artists are the inspiration for all the work that goes on here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
They pay attention to detail.
Oh, you have to. I mean, come on, look at this. I'm afraid to touch this. I'm afraid it may break.
It's very
I mean,
durable, Frederico.
Is it?
Yeah.
She calls
Frederico.
me Frederico. How you like that? I'm a Frederico.
The pieces are just magnificent. And your inspiration, you each do your own piece now?
Well, what happened originally is we started collaborating together, but we found that we started working separately, and we'd come together, and our pieces were like we designed them together. And then we'll go to a vendor show, and we'll come back with the same stones, even though we shop separately for
Separately.
those stones.
Really, you guys have one
And
brain.
it's not even,
One brain.
we are definitely
Four hands.
connected at the hip, right?
Yeah.
Or joined
Now,
at the
have
hip.
the two of you ever put something together that was super magnificent, and then neither one wanted to sell it?
Oh, yeah.
Does that
It's
happen?
not really that often, would
No,
you
but
say?
We have had it
Cheryl?
happen.
You remember that one piece? I see that. It's beautiful.
I don't remember it, but I know we have had some missteps.
missteps.
You know, where
Welcome to our world.
you think the piece is going to be fabulous, and when it's finished,
Well,
it's
tell me about
not.
this piece. How did you possibly create, like I can see maybe putting beads and things together, like that makes sense in my brain. How could you create a piece like this?
Well, it's cast.
And what is it made of?
It's sterling with rose gold over and white sapphires.
And what do you cast? You just make the mold and you cast it?
You make it in wax first. You cut it out in wax.
Well, don't tell everybody what you do.
Oh, even if they told me I wouldn't know how to do it, you know, when it comes to
It's
wax.
wax, baby, wax.
I'm
It's
just
very
a
simple.
candle holder. I wouldn't know how to do
You
this.
burn the house down.
Look at this. Your pieces are just so inspirational. And this piece you have with the starburst on it, I love starburst. I don't know how you all come together, but however you come together, I think that the artwork is phenomenal and they're so unique. Someone was here the other day buying a pair of earrings. They kept in and out of the cabinet, in and out of the cabinet, and Dan worked with them very patiently for a long time.
You actually sold that very nicely then.
Thank you.
I like the way you did that. You were like all
Did you see me
fluttery.
trying them on? 'Cause
I
was
saw
trying them
that.
on too, 'cause she couldn't get a good
I
feel.
saw that. I didn't know that you had pierced ears.
It does now.
Robert has a question? Sure.
How much?
How much for which?
Can you give me an idea of what these are?
The price ranges?
Actually,
Beautiful. I want to get one for a girlfriend. What do they cost?
actually, it's not that unreasonable. It's very. I think our prices are very fair.
Yeah.
What do you
Absolutely,
think, Daniel?
yes.
Yeah.
No complaints
I
on the
think we
prices.
have. I think we have 5. Could you read that for me? We have.
Yeah,
how many
good luck.
pieces?
Yes, $6.95.
$6.95.
It's amazing. My eyes don't work to read a menu, but they're very good at reading jewelry prices,
I
right?
can see
you
that.
see the difference between yesterday and
Most
today?
women have very good
Suddenly
eyes.
now they're working fine. I don't
Like a
even need
hawk.
your glasses.
It's unbelievable. I can't believe how quickly I was going to hand you them. And whoop, she knows exactly.
Right? I mean, Christina, these pieces are magnificent. And what else do we have here? Some rings. You cast the rings as well? Because they're not regular rings.
No, they're not. This
That's a
one is-
huge ring. You better have a big finger.
This one is soldered. Let's see, that one is probably cast, right?
This one is
Yeah, that
this
one's-
is cast,
No, that's soldered too.
which means what?
It means I cut out the metal and soldered together.
You cut out the
all
metal.
pieces? Wow.
What are you, a welder too?
That-
Yes,
Right?
as a matter of fact.
She's a welder. Now, you see that one you want to get? It's going to have a big rock in the middle of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
This is such a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
They're just I mean,
She's
all of
probably
these.
watching.
But
Saying,
it's-
"Oh, okay, all right."
And it has gold around it, and then the back is sterling, and I've darkened it so it would make the pearl jump out.
It's a different kind of pearl, though.
It's a, what do they call this?
Salt water?
No.
That's with
That's
an
not
M,
a
doesn't
mabe.
it? That's
That's
what I'm
not a
thinking.
mabe
It's
or
a.
It's a
Baroque.
mabe.
That's what I'm thinking. I knew it
Mabe.
started with an
Mabe.
M, a mabe pearl, and this is a soldered piece, which just looks like an opening of like a sea anemone.
A what?
A sea anemone.
See what?
See that sea anemone?
That's fabrication, and that's the class that we met for the first time.
She lit the blinds on fire.
Oh, you weren't supposed to tell
That's
that.
how I remember.
You lit the blinds on fire? Really?
No, I
You
don't
sound like-
remember.
You
I
sound,
do.
you sound like Dawn. Dawn did this deal where she was cooking pizza, and we had to call 911.
That's
These.
actually one of my favorite pairs of earrings I've done, and because of the organic feel to the
these.
leaf design,
Right?
rose gold is very nice. I like rose over yellow, and well, I am partial to white metals, but whether it's platinum or aluminum. But the rose, I think, is it's nice with women's skin because there's a little pink in there.
And these, Robert, if you're wondering, are $140.
Those are nice.
See, very reasonably priced.
Now, the other thing is, if somebody wanted something tailored, right? If they see a piece and they go, listen, I like this, but I'd like to change this and
Absolutely.
that, then you'll work with
Commission,
them.
no problem.
It's kind of cool.
You can commission all different pieces, and this with the different. Look at these.
Now that's chainmail
Now
again.
you know I have so much fun at work every day. I mean, come
Chainmail.
on.
That's a chainmail piece.
I get
That's
to shop every
chainmail,
day.
but larger loops, and those are all green amethyst. You know, you probably
Green
know
amethyst.
purple amethyst is the more common, but green amethyst is when it's in the mines. It's at an earlier stage of the formation of the stone, and there's some citrine.
It's nice.
$4.95.
Amazing.
Bargain.
And you know, it's like you say, it's not just jewelry; it's
It's
a piece of art.
That's
but
right.
it's
One of
the only
art.
one.
Art.
It is the only one. You know that you're going to walk into an event, and you will have the only one on.
You're not going into Tiffany's or something and buying
Exactly.
something that anyone else could buy.
But can you imagine this in Tiffany's what it would cost you?
Yeah,
Forget
but
about it.
imagine giving this to your significant other and knowing that it's wearable art, it's one of a kind, and you're not going to walk in a restaurant and someone's going to have it. or you're not going to be in the mall and someone have it. And I'm really a big proponent, which is why I love this gallery so much. All the pieces are unique. The artwork that hangs, the sculptures, the jewelry, it's all one of a kind. So when you're making an investment, and nothing better than investing in yourself, you get to wear this beautiful art all the time, and you just feel good, and someone else has spent their time and effort to do it. It didn't come out of a machine.
Do you have a website? Do you sell your items online?
We don't
as
right
well?
now. We're going to start up again, but it takes up so much time.
You have to come here. Come down to the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway.
There we go.
Excellent.
Don't you love
Can't
this?
beat that
Very nice.
with
First class
Look
service.
who's here. We got food. And tell
Very
me
nice.
about this piece.
That's another piece
Yeah, and
that's
what we were just saying, and
CZ's.
Robert's here the first time to the gallery, is that you have so many remarkable pieces of art where you have to get them here, including your jewelry. Did you want to comment on that? I mean, it's just amazing, this
Thank you.
gallery.
Thank you.
I've never been here before, and I lived in Boca for like 8 years, and I've never really come to Delray, so, but never been to this gallery, and I'm
I-
impressed by the variety of art you have here. But this particular area, I think, is fascinating. I want to
pretty.
ask, on this necklace right in front of you, very ornate necklace, what would that necklace cost?
Let's look at the price and see.
Would you help me? I have my
I would,
lenses
Very
in.
good.
I would be happy to. $725.
I wanted to interject, as originally being from Chicago, I've been in South Florida for 15 years now, and I can only say from travel abroad, living in Manhattan and Brazil in my lifetime, I am a gallery junkie since I paint as well and other medias, and I truly believe that the Heart of Delray, Daniel's baby here, is one of the most amazing, large, and unbelievable galleries in all of South Florida. And LA, New York, I think it's one of the best. You did a great
Actually,
job.
I agree.
Great
I
job,
agree.
Dan.
Somebody asked me about renting space, so let me give out the phone number because it is right here for me now. 561-278-0074. If you are an artist looking to rent space, a wall, a private studio, if you want to host a private event, contact Daniel, 561-278-0074. We are here every day on set from 12 to 2. Dan is here 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. The gallery is always open. It is always beautiful. It is always welcoming and always new things. And I love, every day I get to come to work and I say to Freddie, I love coming here because you can just breathe, right? You walk in, Christina Lynn's shaking her head, yes. There's something about the energy since the first day I met you and I walked in and you were breaking walls down. And I said, please don't take that wall down. I want to bring my production company here. And we did, and we've grown. And every day we look out on this beautiful art world, and there's an outside space. There's always more ideas, even a place to ride bikes.
No, let's not talk that in. No more with the bikes. Hey, listen, not for nothing.
Not for nothing.
But he sold bikes.
He sold bikes.
He sold bikes. He couldn't make the show on Friday because he was in the middle of 3 sales.
Don't you like this piece too? I love Starburst.
That's a beauty on you.
And what is this made of?
It's sterling silver.
And the Starburst, these stones are?
Those are CZs.
It's even better. And it's so lightweight. All of this jewelry is so lightweight. It may look heavy, but it's not. Every single piece hangs beautifully. And however you construct it in the molds, you know exactly how it needs to hang on a woman's body. You want to come see? Oh, I thought Christina was coming over here to see some of the pieces.
Oh, I'm gonna grab some. Girl's best friend.
Good.
I will be buying something.
How can people find you? Do you have a phone number or a way to contact you, or you want them to come here?
Come here.
Okay,
This
come
is
here.
our-
Come to the Heart of Delray Gallery. You can see all of these beautiful pieces. If Carlisle Gibbs is not in-house, Daniel will be here. He'll be more than happy to show you all the pieces you want to take a look at. This star is $200. You
Yeah.
really can't beat any of that. You can't even buy a piece of something else made in the stores. I mean, it's just made beautifully.
It's
You
funny.
okay with this?
Yeah, we have. I want to say hello to Kathy and David. Don't be a wise guy. I'm not going to take up crocheting. Thank you very much.
He's right here. David, he's going to crochet gold.
There you go. I'm going to learn. If I'm going to crochet, it's going to be the real deal.
Widening horizons.
Broaden my horizons.
Crochet
Excellent.
the real deal. Anything else you want to share with anybody? The earring you have on is magnificent. You have some articles that were published about you ladies.
Yes, we have the Carlisle Gibbs article in the Gallery Guide. And we were also featured in Atlantic Avenue. And this is our model wearing our jewelry at Vizcaya. We are filming at Vizcaya.
Beautiful location, beautiful model, and our, forgive me for saying beautiful jewelry.
Yes.
The jewelry is beautiful, and they're all sizable pieces, and they're chunky, but they're lightweight, and even the pieces you have on now.
It's really cool because when you want to buy one piece, there's not going to be a duplicate.
There will never be a duplicate.
You ever gone to a restaurant with a woman, and you go in there, and she's wearing a beautiful dress, right? And all night you've been complimenting how beautiful this dress is, and you walk into the restaurant, and somebody else has the same dress.
Who wore it better?
Ooh. Same dress. No, and then you ever seen her face? She don't know where to hide. Can I get a?
Has that happened to
Can
you?
I get a? Yes, it's happened to me. Can I get your coat, please? It's cold. Meanwhile, it's 107 degrees in the shade because they want to cover the dress and they don't know what to do. So I said to the lady, I said, "Listen, would you like me to go across the street and get you a dress? You could change it in the bathroom. Do you want to leave?" No, I don't want to leave. I'm okay. Meanwhile, there's like this anger because they're wearing the same dress.
But one-of-a-kind pieces are the way to go.
Put a piece of jewelry on with it, and you're...
That's right. Highlight it.
You know, the hardest thing to do, though, is make a decision, which is why I get to walk past it every day, all day long, and I try a piece on, I put it back, I try another piece on.
Is that why your neck stretches all the way? I said,
Which is why I have to bring them on the show, because I find these pieces so fascinating. Like when we bring the artists on, just the thought and the love and intent that goes into creating this, I just have to share this with all of our audience. So thank you, ladies. Carlisle Gibbs right here at the heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway. Give Daniel a call, 561-278-0074. We're going to do a quick change of set, play some commercials, back with Death or Glory.
And that's not a rock band.
Not Death and
That's
Glory.
not a rock band,
Death
I'm
or
telling you.
Glory food. We're going to be eating. It's lunchtime, and we'll be right back.
When was the last time you had a fun girls' night in? Have you heard of Pure Romance? Pure Romance by Michelle Spears offers a fun-filled presentation of our product line, followed by a unique shopping experience that you and your girlfriends will not forget. Call me, Michelle Spears, at 561-572-1901 to reserve a date for your free shopping spree, to learn about income opportunities, or shop my website at pureromance.com/MICHELLESPEARS. And remember, bring Pure Romance back into your life.
In a perfectly imperfect world, you can eat the foods you love, lose weight, and be healthy. But what if I told you you can do just that? In fact, your diet should be perfectly imperfect by eating the foods you love and still achieving your health and wellness goals. I take the guesswork out of nutrition by giving you my simple and effective strategies so that you can live the healthy and happy life you will love using real food to get real results. Schedule your nutrition consultation today at 888-84-TAMMY or visit my website, TammyFogarty.com. Don't delay, get healthy today. 888-84-TAMMY.
Ready, set, ride. Remember when you were a kid and riding a bike was pure fun? It's time to rediscover that carefree feeling again with a Pedigo electric bike. Pedigo is the #1 brand of electric bikes in America because with Pedigo, we put you and the customer service first. Pedigo electric bikes are universally fun for all ages. Choose to pedal for exercise or throttle for full assist. Give Pedigo Fort Lauderdale a call or stop in for a free bike ride. 954-652-1823. Come as you are and try a Pedigo today, where our motto is Hello Fun. 954-652-1823. Tell them the Brooklyn Cafe sent you.
Beyond Foods, the Handbook of Functional Nutrition by Barbara Swanson, successfully breaks down the topic of nutrition into 4 easy building blocks of good health. Learn to understand why foods are good for you. Understand how to make better nutrition and food choices. Quickly figure out if new food fads or quick fixes are right for you. Beyond Foods is a simple and accurate handbook to the world of diet and nutrition. Order your copy today at thefunctionalnutritionhandbook.com. Master the building blocks to creating vibrant health and energy. Act now. Get your book at thefunctionalnutritionhandbook.com.
What is CBD? CBD, or cannabidiol, is found in the cannabis plant. CBD can help regulate your mood, sleep, inflammation, and immunity. Did you know we all have internal systems ready to balance CBD? It's time to get healthy, not high. Do you suffer from anxiety, chronic pain, or moodiness? Contact Jamie Hidalgo at 561-674-7446. The #1 legal and leading CBD company in the United States. Call Jamie, safe for all ages, at 561-674-7446, or visit us online at www.livelovecbd.com.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe TV on a Chit Chat Thursday. It's actually lunchtime at the Brooklyn Cafe. We're here with food, Death or Glory, food for, my goodness, like a tongue twister, food from Death or Glory. You just have to fill me in on the name, Chef Jesse. We have David DePino. David, thank you so much for bringing Jesse onto our set.
Thank you. That's my favorite restaurant.
I don't know how many hats you wear, how much you do. But
I don't stop.
Somehow you've got restaurants, you work with Tenet Physicians Group, you're with the Katie Cakes and my amazing birthday cake, and here we sit with this delicious food. Thank you for bringing Jesse here. Jesse, tell us about the restaurant.
Okay, we opened about a year ago. The name is Death or Glory. I guess you guys want to know about the name, right?
I kind of like to know about the
But
name.
it's like our #1 question for
Is that like a
everybody who comes
rock
in.
band that went to food?
Well, so originally where it came from was the British Royal Lancers. That was their battle cry before they would run into battle. They would yell "Death or Glory."
Really?
Yeah, and then in the
Such
70s,
a sad thing,
yeah,
man.
yeah, and then in the 70s it was a song by the Clash, which is
Okay.
kind of where we got it from because it's kind of like a rock and roll bar and restaurant. So we all, like a lot of us, played in rock bands coming up, and I did as well, and it's, you know, basically kind of like our thing.
So
I've
how did
heard
you?
only amazing things about the restaurant.
But how did you end up deciding to do food? I mean, I'm sure you thought the food first and then the.
Actually, they decided they were going to be a bar first. When I interviewed with them in the beginning, I was working somewhere else. I had just left, and I met them through Keith, our bar manager. We had done a pop-up dinner together at 13 American Table in Boca, and I was doing a vegan pop-up dinner, and he was bartending, and he actually introduced me to the owners. And they were expecting kind of just to do cocktails and have some light bites, and it actually ended up turning into almost like a full-blown restaurant after I showed up and started putting menus together.
Really?
What's the menu look like? What did you bring for us today to sample?
Our menu is a very, very small, concise menu, but because we have a very small kitchen. I don't know if you've seen the inside of the place. I'm sure you've seen it.
I have.
It
Yeah.
is.
You can interact with the chefs. It's
I mean,
one of
our
those
kitchen's
places.
the size of this table.
You can
Yeah.
walk,
Yes, I
you can
mean-
walk up to him and shake his hand.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
all this food. Do you want to try
So,
some?
yeah.
Okay, but it's a gastro pub type of food.
It's kind of, yeah, new American cuisine, gastropub style. You know, we're doing craft cocktails, scratch kitchen, everything's made in-house.
You have a
homemade.
mixer.
Mixologist?
Mixologist on the premises.
We have multiple. I mean, I think
He
they
has
don't really,
multiple.
yeah, they don't really like being called mixologists anymore. I don't think. But
What do we call them?
They're bartenders. They just like being called a
Oh,
bartender.
but mixologist sounds so much
They,
more
yeah,
fancy.
I
Right?
mean, we've got at least, every one of our
I see
bartenders there can do
mixologists
it.
and they come in with test tubes and all this crazy.
Yeah, we're not doing
The
all that.
drinks
I mean,
look
we keep it.
amazing.
Yeah, they're good, solid. Really
My
good
bartender
cocktails.
is there, my favorite bartender in the world, Keith W. Popejoy.
Keith, yeah.
He's absolutely
Keith
amazing.
W. Hopejoy.
Popejoy.
Oh,
Pope.
Pope.
Like the
Pope.
Pope. You know? This
Like the Pope?
man is amazing, and the drinks they come
gotta
up
get some
with
food.
are just fantastic.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
actually we do a
everything.
lot together too. Where we do pairing dinners where we'll pair spirit with 4 different cocktails and 4 different bites of food. You've been to a few of those.
I went to a Scotch pairing there,
That
Freddie.
is our vegan
You went to what?
charcuterie
A
board.
Scotch pairing there.
A Scotch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Glenfiddich Scotch.
You're talking about Scotch?
Yes,
Yeah.
Scotch.
Like the bottles?
Oh,
Scotch?
yeah.
I had never had Scotch in my life, to be honest with you. I'm from South Florida.
How
I
much
drink
of
a
it
lot
did you have
Scotch.
after that? I'm sure.
Oh, that was the best
No.
media tasting.
I'm not
Oh no, it wasn't media tasting. It was a tasting,
Yeah.
paired dinner.
We sold
that I've ever been
seats
to.
it. Yeah.
I've been to thousands.
All right, so what do we have here?
So
I
what we
get to
have
eat,
here,
you get to watch?
we're doing. This is our regular charcuterie board, and then this is our vegan charcuterie board, which is a new item that we actually have a lot of vegan guests that come in, and we make lots of things for them. So yeah, what you have here, that's a homemade vegan pate that we make. It's made out of lentils, mushrooms, and cashews, basically, and
Really?
it kind of mimics like a meat pate. This is a smoked eggplant dip in the middle. I'm sorry, on the left, and then in the middle is the hummus, which you
You can
said.
try.
Yeah.
You can try it with the vegetables.
Yep, and then we have pickled green tomatoes, hot pickled okra,
It's delicious.
cornichons.
Keep eating.
We make our own little beer mustard to serve with it, which is made with Cigar City lager and whole grain mustard. And then this is a fig jam, and then that's a guava jam that we make.
Guava jam, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Of everything he said, I know that.
Pickled
Oh,
okra.
you know the
wanna
guava,
try
right?
it?
Yeah.
What?
Remember we had that conversation about okra?
No, we didn't.
We did. You want to try one?
No.
A little slimy.
Is it?
But I like it. But,
Pickled okra. I'm going to try it,
It's,
David. Have you ever had a pickled okra?
it's very slimy.
Come on, really?
Yes, it looks like a worm.
He's probably had a fried okra, not
Pickled
a pickled
okra?
fried okra is good too, yeah, for sure.
That's much better for you, Freddie, than fried
Is it?
okra.
So you,
Oh, yeah.
you,
It
you,
tastes like-
you like eating this stuff.
It tastes
Oh,
like
yeah.
a jalapeno pickle.
But
I know.
this is one of
I know.
this is one of their main appetizers. But I mean, tell them you
Yeah,
get
we
like
do a lot more,
off
yeah.
the boat fish, like local boat
Yeah,
fish.
yeah, we have one of my
Really?
yeah, we have a couple of guys I buy from. One is Fanatic, and we buy from Third Wind Seafood. They're local guys that are going out, they're spearfishing, they're line catching the bigger fish, and I get it like out of the water that day, and we're serving it in the restaurant that night.
the same day.
Like the
I'm
same
talking
day.
like
yeah.
Freddie, pumpkin swordfish,
I
golden
love the pickled
tile,
okra.
the best.
Yeah,
Pumpkin
my
swordfish?
favorite.
Yeah, only one time of the year they eat all the shrimp offshore,
Yeah,
and
they
actually
turn like orange. And
Yep.
the
Wahoo's running right now. I'm
on
sure
the
you had
pickled
wahoo.
okra. You have no idea how delicious
Pumpkin
that is.
swordfish.
But I'm on the pickled okra, and
You're
I
not-
haven't even gotten to pumpkin swordfish. We got to go.
You're not listening.
We got to go eat there.
Pumpkin swordfish.
How do you
That,
do
when
that?
does that even come up?
Isn't it October, November? They come through this area.
They're right around now, actually, they're happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's basically the swordfish. They eat a lot of shrimp, and it kind of turns the flesh inside like an orange
Pinky.
color. That's why they call them pumpkin. Yeah, they'll turn.
Ah,
I've
you ever
seen
heard
them
of
like dark
Doesn't it
orange.
make it
yeah.
sweeter too?
It is, yeah. It's a
Yeah,
little
it's
sweeter in flavor.
better than normal
It's-
sword.
The
And
texture
you
is
came
really
from
nice.
another restaurant.
I've been in many. In Delray, most recently, I was the chef at Third and Third for 2 years, and I worked at 32 East for 3 years before that. Was where I got most of my training.
So how'd they get you over at Death or Glory? They
Well,
got lucky, I guess.
yeah, it was kind of a chance meeting, but we just clicked right off the bat.
When are you
And,
going to open up your own place?
Hopefully soon. I'm looking. I mean, me and the owners are looking at doing some other spots with me, involved more in like the ownership role.
And spread it out, make it a little
Yeah,
bit.
Let me
yeah,
tell
we
you
wanna
how delicious
bring
these
more.
vegetables are.
I know, this is like your dream.
This, for me, this
Yeah.
is enough for dinner for me.
Some people have this for dinner, like
This
a
is
lot
it.
of times. Yeah.
This is my dream. I told you yesterday I don't really eat hot food. Lynn, I don't know. You got to come have some food with us, Lynn.
Yeah,
come on
try
over
some
and
stuff.
join us.
Come on down, Lynn.
If you want to get into this
Lynn
is our,
Radis is joining us on the 1 o'clock hour.
our regular charcuterie board. This is our like
And
cured
has
meats
the
and
meats.
cheeses.
Do you
So
want to
like
try the meats?
this is actually
Take it easy.
that's a hot copa from Italy, and then this is a spicy chorizo from Spain.
Here, David and Lynn.
And then
Dig
down
in.
at the end, this is an American cured meat. This is salami made, and it's cured in High West whiskey salami, like High West salami, whiskey. Sorry,
Whiskey.
they cure it in
See,
there.
whiskey, I know.
Yeah.
Whiskey. Salami cured in whiskey.
Yeah,
You
we
got
got
the vegan or that
some cheeses too.
Okay.
The blue
Take right
cheese
in.
is from Oregon. It's called Oregonzola. It's like
Now,
a-
do you order
gonna
the
try the
stuff?
the
that-
cheese and meats we order. I don't make those in house because we don't have the space
okay.
for it. But,
are you the one in charge of what comes in and out of the?
yeah, everything we do. I do all the ordering, the menu making, everything. We change the menu like every 3 months too. Like we do a full
Seasonal
changeover. Yeah, it's
or-
very seasonal.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
How'd you get into being a chef?
That was about 20 years ago. It was funny. I went to FAU and I just didn't like it. I didn't want anything to do with going to school there. And I had always worked with my hands, and I worked in restaurants before that. And I always liked cooking. I grew up watching cooking shows like Julia Child and Graham Kerr, and
I remember Julia
Yeah,
Child.
and I used to watch Emerald too. Like he was awesome when I was younger.
I couldn't
and-
cook an egg, but I watched.
Yeah, and like I wanted to go to school, and I was like, I like cooking, and I just decided to sign up and go to culinary school, and it just
Now, you know David's a chef.
David, you're a chef too?
The chorizo is absolutely amazing.
Chorizo.
You got to try this.
Chorizo.
Chorizo.
No.
Why?
It's a long story, but it's okay.
You bring me food
Enjoy
and
it.
I get to eat?
Yes, you get to eat. This is your whole. Your
This is
Super
so
Bowl.
my kind of food. This and sushi.
Want me to grab you some stuff?
Quickly, I worked in 29 restaurants. I never was classically trained as a chef, but I worked under a lot of great chefs, pretty much to get through, high school and college when I wasn't playing football. And my claim to fame is the Office Restaurant in Delray. I helped open it. Was there for 3.5 years, and the Reef Grill in Juno Beach with 15 different fish on the menu.
You helped open the office?
I did.
Wow.
You know the owner? What's his face?
Well, there were two owners.
Steve?
There was
Steve.
Of
It
the
was-
Office.
Yeah, the Italian guy. What's his name? They own BurgerFi. They own across.
They
the
own
street.
BurgerFi started in the Office kitchen.
Yes, I
when
remember.
I was there, the veggie burger.
Really?
We used to produce
and the regular burgers.
We used to produce the Eating Critique show, and he was on there. Him and his wife.
John
were both-
Rosati
John
was involved.
John was there forever.
Before that was David Monero, who was a big restaurateur.
Well,
in
David, let me
Delray.
ask you a question. Because you wear a million hats. You have Katie Cakes with your wife.
Love Katie Cakes.
You love Katie Cakes, sorry. Love Katie
Thank you.
Cakes. You have Tenant Physicians Group.
Tenant Florida Physician Services. That's a
And-
mouthful.
And you do food. And you write for
I
Delray
write,
Magazine.
I do write for Delray Newspaper and Boca Newspaper. I'll just give a shout out, delraynewspaper.com, bocanewspaper.com. And I have 2 radio shows. Actually, Freddy's my producer that I do in Boca Raton on Tuesdays, 6 to 7, and Fridays, 5:30 to 6, right on the channel that you're on. And we interview doctors on the air.
So tell me about the food side of what you're doing. How have you come in contact with this amazing restaurant?
Well, I actually, it's my favorite bar in Delray, and when I saw that, it used to be the Falcon House back in the day, and I just loved the Falcon House. Ted, the owner, he did a fantastic job. He was there for, 10 years
did
at
10
least?
years, yeah, they were there 10 years,
straight
yeah.
years. And this is a historic house in Delray. It's off the beaten path a little bit. It's off Atlantic Avenue. It's actually on 5th, which is Federal. And long story short, I just started hanging out with Keith Popejoy, the bartender. We get the best spirits there, old fashions.
What was the name of it before?
The Falcon House.
It was Max's Social
Years
House,
ago, but
right?
it was Max's Social House.
Max's
most
Social was
recently,
in
yeah.
between. So that's Dennis Max, the restaurateur who owns Max's Harvest. Where you competed in a chef competition last year.
I did.
How'd you do that year?
I won the first round. It was me and Blake Malatesta from Mia Kitchen out west, and I won that first round. And then I actually lost in the second round to the chef from in City Place. Kevin Dar is his name. It was City Cellar.
What
We
was
actually had a
amazing?
vegan competition, and
To put all of this
So,
together. Lynn, what do you think?
It's delicious. I had to choose.
yeah, the cheese.
And this is
yeah,
the
it's
one
great.
thing that is not on Lynn Radis' resume is chef, because you're going to hear all about her resume in the upcoming hour. But I think the only thing you don't have on your list of things that you do is being a chef. So I'm glad you're joining us for the food.
I need these guys. I don't cook that well.
And it's so can you guys take reservations?
We do, yeah, through Open Table. We have reservations, or you can call in and make a reservation
And I even saw a
anytime.
hamburger on one of the pictures you sent.
Yeah,
So you
we do.
have real food. It is not just
Oh yeah,
appetizers
no,
or
we
charcuterie.
do fish, we do steaks, we have burgers. Burgers are really popular. We sell a lot of burgers. We make them in house.
That's why David goes all the
Yeah.
time.
Were you frying chickpeas with Cheetos?
Yeah, yeah.
Cheetos.
We have
Cheeto
it's a
Crunch?
Cheetos chickpeas, we call them. This is something I came up with before we opened it. It's actually a vegan dish. There's no Cheetos in it, but it's like Cheetos seasoned. It's our most popular dish by far. Literally, we just fry chickpeas, and I make a seasoning out of nutritional yeast, which replaces the cheese, and other seasonings. I basically looked at the back of a bag of Cheetos and just copied like what the ingredients
But you
were
don't use
and
the
figured out how to
Cheetos.
do it, but no actual Cheetos, and we toss it in that, and it tastes like you're eating Cheetos, but they're
Really?
chickpeas. Yeah.
It's an
It's funny 'cause
appetizer.
someone
Great
told
bar
me
food.
If you get that nutritional cheese, you can put it on popcorn as a topper.
It's
so
amazing
right?
on popcorn.
That is
Yeah.
what I heard.
Yeah, it's incredible.
But it's not real cheese. It's like
I know. I have a tube of that.
of nutritional cheese. You're just a vast world of knowledge.
Chef, I'm
I
looking
read
at that. What is that?
Foie gras mousse that we
Oh.
make in house. Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah,
All right, David, taste
try
that.
some of that. Yeah.
Foie gras
mousse.
Foie gras mousse.
You don't see that every day,
You
Freddy
don't.
and
Yeah.
Don.
We get in some foie gras. and
Get
we-
in there.
What do you think, Nick?
Freddie, I don't think you've ever had foie gras. Get
no,
that
I
over
haven't.
there.
Let's get a
You wanna
plate
try one?
Francois?
for Francois and for Rosamond. Now, the funny thing is that you said to me, we went from 12 to 1, and what we want to do is we're going to do the lunch piece with a restaurant, and I call David. You can't give him the empty plate. You got to put something on it for him. now I can tell. Now I can tell that you don't cook.
Yeah.
She just gave him an empty plate, which is great.
Yeah, I got you.
And he's
on over.
Francois, it's a little light.
I got you.
The chef, you're gonna get a chef's plate, Francois.
It's a little light.
And you called her out on it.
That's the diet plate.
That's the light plate.
What is that one?
There you go.
That is a hot copa.
So you asked about getting restaurant people on from the 12 to 1 hour, so we could do lunch and we could talk about different subject matter and topics and everything else. So I called David because I know that David is a chef, and I said, David, I need 15. I said I need 15 restaurants. Remember? He said, how many? I said 15. So he came out. And he got us in. And now, yesterday...
I got to give a shout out, yeah. Please.
Yesterday, there was a shout out that Rashad went.
Yeah,
and where did you... That mic is off.
So...
No, it's on.
It's on? Where did you send...
so Basque, and I believe it is the region of Spain that... I sent Rashad to. They just opened in West Palm Beach, and it's a fantastic chef there, Chef Miguel. And I think he's working on coming on the show maybe Tuesday. Rashad's booking him, so that's going to be fantastic. Because when do you have food from the Basque region of Spain?
I still can't get over the.
Not
I still
South
can't
Florida,
get over
love
it.
it.
Yeah,
But what, David or Jesse?
On the piece here with the thing they eat, shrimp.
Oh, the salmon? The pumpkin swordfish?
Pumpkin swordfish.
Oh, yeah.
Salmon, pumpkin
I can't get over
swordfish?
that.
Does it taste the same?
It does. Yeah, it's
It's
a little sweeter. Yeah, but it's very sweet.
I had it once.
Yeah, it's excellent.
About 15 years ago.
You want to go?
Of course.
Go get some pumpkin swordfish?
It's hard to find.
It is hard to
Freddie,
find.
Because the chefs buy it up.
Yeah,
Here's the thing, Freddie,
And they eat it because they don't serve it.
You don't even get to eat anymore. We all get to eat and enjoy, and you just get to watch us?
Listen, my sugar was at 125 this morning. All right, from 168. I'm going to take it all day long. I just got to be careful what I eat. But it doesn't mean you can't enjoy. How is it?
Awesome.
You like it?
Tastes phenomenal.
Oh, you got some food on your plate this time.
Chef's plate.
Yeah.
We got to give Rashad. You got to do another plate for Rashad.
I got you.
Because I hear him. Thank you for playing.
Freddie, this meat right here, it's got a nice spice to it. Say it again with Chef what that one
That
is.
is a hot copa from Italy.
And you bring the meats in?
We bring these in, yes. These we do.
Unbelievable. And you know, and the thing is, so the place is not big. It's a small place.
I mean, with inside and outside, we probably have about 150 seats.
Oh, that's big.
It's a nice size
Yeah,
restaurant.
I thought it was like a
inside small, but
12-person
the
restaurant.
kitchen is like this, literally the size
It's
of the
small.
table. Like it's tiny.
How many chefs? You and your
There
sous chef?
is me, my sous chef, and I have 2 other cooks. But we can't ever have more than 3 people on the line at once because there's no room. You wouldn't be able to turn around.
I don't know if you've ever been to Dada, but that's a very small kitchen too. If you ever look in the back. But look what they do.
Yeah,
It's
barista's
amazing.
awesome
So
stuff, man.
I would say this is on the level of Dada. I mean, their food is just as amazing. Their drinks are just as on that level. And they just opened a tiki bar. I went there and they had a tiki bar opening on the side there of the building. And it's a fantastic tiki bar. It's a lot of shade.
Where, Dada's?
Oh, no, here.
At Death
Oh, here?
At Death or Glory Bar and Restaurant.
Well, they have a tiki bar. You
And
know,
a tiki menu and
there was
tiki
a
drinks.
there was a place I did a production with Jeff DeForest down at
One of my
on the
faves.
coast. There was a tiki bar.
Jeff
with
DeForest. Wow, that's
Well,
a
Jeff
shout.
DeForest
That's
got
a
me
name from the past.
Well, he got me in the business. If it wasn't for Jeff, I wouldn't be doing this.
Really? I never knew that.
I bought all his time.
I still listen to him.
But at the tiki bar, the food is different, the atmosphere is different, the people are different, the beach is behind you. So we were doing with the waves crashing in the back, and there was a storm. So I said to Jeff, "You still want to do this?" "Yeah, let's do this," because the waves were like crashing on us. So tiki bar is a great concept here in Florida.
Very, yeah,
It's the
no,
best.
it's actually really popular. It does quite well for us.
You know, when you watch Jesse plate food, it's not like
He does it like a
Lynn or I
chef.
Kind of
plate
haphazardly through.
Lynn and I kind of plate food the same way.
That's because you don't eat.
But he plates it, and when he puts on the bread, it's like a nice amount of food.
Well, you and your partner over there don't know how to plate food. She don't put nothing on the plate.
This is what I got. I got a little bit more.
She put. Is that what it is?
But the way you plate food, it's like going eating with you. You love food, and when
I
you
love
love
food.
you can see how you love food
Oh,
and
yeah.
enjoyment and how you plate it, and there's just an art to what you're doing.
Can you imagine? She invites us to dinner at her house,
She's
and
gonna
the,
bring Chef
and the
Jesse
pots and
in.
pans are empty. You say, "Oh, that's a nice meal. You like this? I haven't started. I'm done."
New show, the Lynn Cooking Show.
There you go. You too could follow this recipe. You don't do anything.
Forget 5 ingredients or less. It's just a plate.
It's just a plate. It says, how do you like this? It's how you serve it.
It's low calorie.
Low calorie. No calorie. I got a no calorie diet.
Yeah.
No calorie diet.
It's really incredible.
That's funny.
Check out Death or Glory. The name is just incredible. And the decor, people say the music is amazing.
Yeah. We keep it interesting. I mean, it's everything from 60s, 70s rock to punk rock from the 80s and 90s
Really?
to sometimes heavy metal. Like late at night, we'll have like old school hip hop playing at certain times. Yeah, we keep it.
Is it privately owned or is it through one of the big?
It's privately owned. Yeah.
Do you have like jazz nights?
We do. Yeah, we do. Actually, the third Thursday of every month, we do live jazz outside.
Linda, jazz.
Yeah.
We were looking for a jazz night.
Yeah.
To hang out somewhere. You know, you can't find a real good jazz place.
We have
down
excellent bands that come in too. Really, really talented guys.
Wow.
Every third Thursday. Yeah, we have a ton going on. We
Hasn't
do a lot.
Spider Cherry played there?
They just played Sunday. Yeah.
Oh,
We had Spider Cherry on the show.
Yeah, we're booking them again
awesome
soon,
local
actually.
band.
Yeah, we had them here.
I'm seeing them everywhere.
It was the guys with the music
Southfield
store.
Music.
Well, they played Third and Third a lot.
Yes,
when
they
you were
did. That's
probably
when I
there.
met them. Yeah, I met them at Third and Third.
They're everywhere. They play Guanabanas up in Jupiter, Square Grouper.
Yeah.
He got a call from
David's
California.
out doing all
I
kinds
bet.
of fun stuff. David, how are you taking care of your little girl?
She met the Easter Bunny last night. We're good.
I saw you with the hula hoop last night.
Yes.
David, do me
That
a
was
favor.
at midnight.
Do me a favor. Don't drink and play with a hula hoop. It don't look good. Big
I wasn't
grown man like
drinking.
you, and you put it on your arm, and you try to turn it like a top. I saw you at
It looked
Toys R
good.
Us, right? You went to get toys? Is that what it was?
We did. Well,
That was
there's
so
not much
funny.
left, but
I
there's
must
a
have
couple
played it.
hula hoops left.
Well, Rashad got to go out and enjoy the fun last night.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I appreciate that for sure. It was a great experience. I enjoyed myself. The food was amazing, and I talked to Chef Miguel this morning, and he did give me a tentative commitment of being here on Tuesday. So hopefully we'll definitely have him here on Tuesday to talk to him, because I'm going to tell you right now that paella.
Do you like paella?
I can't eat it, but yeah.
It was
More food for
vegetarian
me?
paella.
Wow.
The seafood paella?
Freddie, you're breaking
it
my
was
heart.
vegetarian paella.
Maybe
Like
that,
all
that one
vegetables.
that might have a shot.
Why
There
can't
you
you have
go.
seafood? It's
Oh, I
the rice
can.
you
I
can't
can't have
have.
the rice.
Do the brown rice.
I can't have it either. What I need is cauliflower rice.
Cauliflower
What
rice
I'm
works,
thinking
yeah.
of doing. This
It's
is what I'm
eating
thinking
like
of
Lynn
doing.
eats.
Yeah, this is her recipe.
Yeah.
You like that? What I'm thinking of doing is I bring the rice with me, right? So that
There
anything
you
I
go.
could put on it, I have the rice already with me, and whoop, I put it on there, and we're ready to
I
go.
think it's a good idea. I think we'll have to hook you up with that.
I think it's good because I'm gonna tell you, I ate out the other night, and I thought I was gonna have a good sandwich, and all I did was go the opposite way. I gained a pound and the whole nine, and I can't do it. I try, I just can't. But anyway, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy what's in front of you.
I'm going to eat all the pickled
I
okra.
bet
What's
you are.
next to it? Tomatoes?
Those are pickled green tomatoes, yes.
So good.
Now let me ask you, being
wow.
that you're the chef of the future here,
Okay.
what is your favorite dish at your restaurant? You only allow one.
My favorite dish at our restaurant? Right now, on this current menu, it's the vegan banh mi sandwich. We make it with jackfruit in place of meat. And I use the same vegan pate that's on there, and pickled carrots, cilantro, and cucumbers. It's on a baguette. It's really nice.
Oh my gosh, that sounds. How do you even
Yeah.
come up with these ideas, right?
It's
It's
just
amazing.
a lot of experience.
A vegan
and thinking.
hamburger. I can eat that.
We have a vegan burger too. Yeah, we do. We change it every 3 months about. I'm actually about to do a second spring menu coming up right now. And,
Really?
yeah.
You see, that's what
I get bored, so I change.
Well,
it
I'm
up
glad
all
you
the
get
time,
bored
yeah.
because I want to bring you back every time you have a change in
Sure,
menu.
menu.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll stretch it out and
Sounds
show
good.
it
I like
because
it.
I think changing menu right now is in the air for a lot of
Yeah,
restaurants.
it
right?
is absolutely.
Now,
Yeah,
what do you
that's
do in
it.
the summer? Same hours?
Yeah, we're open every day from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till 2 in the morning, and we serve food all the way through 7 days a week.
You're open till 2 in the morning?
Yes, sir.
It's the only restaurant in Florida. I used to
Yeah.
hang out till 2 in the morning.
Right.
You can't
Right,
get
normally
that
10
down
o'clock in Florida, Del
Yeah.
Rey. Things
here.
are done. They're
Not
closed.
where I live.
Yeah, 10, 11 o'clock we switch over to a late night menu.
9:30 they close.
Oh, I was
where
going to say,
live.
where you live, they're like
It's ridiculous.
even older.
I told the owner the other day, what do you mean you're closing? There's a guy that stays open till 11 because he knows I get out of work late, but I can't eat his food.
See this ring? They don't know that I kind of confiscated it for the day.
Dawn, are you serious?
Yeah.
You can't do that.
Why? I just told 60,000 people I'm wearing it. You think I'm not going to put it back in the case?
Chuck,
Or I'm
they're
going
going to come to your
door.
door and ask you for the price.
But this was Carlisle Gibbs. She told me I can wear anything I want for the show any day.
Yeah, but you're
just to help
supposed to give it
myself.
back because they're off the set.
Well, I will when I walk out the door.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
It's got the tag on it, I'm quite honest.
That's why she asked me for scissors.
Isn't it beautiful though? What a day. We get to have wearable art, jewelry, this
And edible
delicious
art.
food, and I don't eat a lot, and this is so right up my alley. All of these pickled vegetables are amazing. The charcuterie board, I can't even pronounce
you got it.
Charcuterie board.
That's pretty close.
David DePino, thank you for always bringing fabulous food to our set.
You know what
Thank
we
you for
should do,
having me.
David? What we should do is for the 12 o'clock hour is we have a chef come in with his food and have a band play.
Spider
Have
Cherry
music
in?
and
Yeah.
Spider Cherry. The gentleman we met yesterday on the stage.
amazing.
And it'd be kind of fun because then it'll attract more and more people to come on, and then they can find out where Death of Glory is and the whole nine, and you can serve, and you can, you'll be a famous guy for 15 minutes to all these people.
David, as a matter of fact, they're doing a luncheon here on May 4th with Amy Reshevsky and Dawn DeMarco and Habitat for Humanity Women's Build. And it's a luncheon to give back money to Habitat for Humanity, and they're looking for little cakes. So I gave them your card
Nice.
because I thought it would be perfect for Love Katie cakes, the little chocolate and little bite-sized things that you do. So if you're interested in getting involved with that, there'll be an Eventbrite page, and the money goes back to Habitat for Humanity Women's Build, which will be really fun, and that is May 10th, 11th, and 12th in Boynton
They're going to
Beach.
build a house in 3 days.
They're going to build a house in 3 days.
And it's all women.
crazy.
All
Guys
women.
got to look and say, okay, put that hammer in there.
And
hit
they're
that-
expecting 150 people here for the luncheon, by the way. So I think we'll be turning our cameras around that way.
What time is the luncheon?
Whatever time lunch is.
I believe it. I used to be a reporter, and I covered one of those Habitat for Humanity builds. It was the most amazing story, and they're an army. They get it done so quick. They're so organized.
They build it. But yeah, I want you to talk to them because, it isn't until now that I realized that it's called Love Katie Cakes. I used to think that David used to say, I love Katie
So
Cakes.
did I until I tried to tag them on a post.
And
then
I
there
thought it was Katie
It's
Cakes.
love, comma, Katie Cakes.
I didn't
and Katie
know
Cakes
that.
is all one word.
I didn't know
Katie Cakes was her nickname of her grandfather and gave her a grandmother. So
I'm going to tell
Put
you, your
love in
wife
front
can
of it.
cook a cake. That I tell you. And that thing that she brought in here was tremendously tall. It was like 5 stories tall.
The unicorn cake?
It was unbelievable, that thing. And you're posting it in there and taking pictures of it. How did it taste?
How does it taste? Because we're still eating
still
it.
eating it?
We just have to finish the first chunk by Friday for Passover. The rest is in the freezer, and 8 days later it will come out, and we're going to finish it. So I told my husband, whatever you leave out, make sure you finish it by Friday. He's done a very good job, I must say, every night.
Oh, because Aaron is not here.
Right. So it's
Aaron
in
would
the
have polished
freezer.
that thing off in 5
It's
minutes.
in the freezer, and it freezes beautifully. It's delicious. The cake is probably the best cake I've ever had. Truly.
That Dawn's best friend to cooking is the freezer.
Welcome, Lynn. Lynn and I are going to have a dinner party. Probably nobody will come.
There's your next show.
We're going to go to Death or Glory. Check them out on Federal Highway. I'm telling you, Chef Jesse has
Address,
done
address,
an
address.
incredible job. The address?
603, no, is it? No, no, you got me. I don't know. 116 Northeast 5th Avenue.
That's
There
right.
we go.
603 was the old place.
Right
Right
across,
on the
right
corner.
across from Anthony's.
Oh,
We're gonna
really?
take-
Okay.
Yeah, right across the street.
Right across the street. We're going to take a quick break, set up for a 1 o'clock show with Lynn Radis. I don't think our other guest is coming. She hasn't shown up, but we're good to go. Give us a few minutes and we'll be right back.
Be right back.
What happened to our food?
Beyond Foods, the Handbook of Functional Nutrition by Barbara Swanson, successfully breaks down the topic of nutrition into 4 easy building blocks of good health. Learn to understand why foods are good for you. Understand how to make better nutrition and food choices. Quickly figure out if new food fads or quick fixes are right for you. Beyond Foods is a simple and accurate handbook to the world of diet and nutrition. Order your copy today at thefunctionalnutritionhandbook.com. Master the building blocks to creating vibrant health and energy. Act now. Get your book at thefunctionalnutritionhandbook.com.
What is Debersize? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debersize. Debersize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debersize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher level boot camp and weight training. Debersize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Ready, set, ride. Remember when you were a kid and riding a bike was pure fun? It's time to rediscover that carefree feeling again with a Pedigo electric bike. Pedigo is the #1 brand of electric bikes in America because with Pedigo, we put you and the customer service first. Pedigo electric bikes are universally fun for all ages. Choose to pedal for exercise or throttle for full assist. Give Pedigo Fort Lauderdale a call or stop in for a free bike ride. 954-652-1823. Come as you are and try a Pedigo today, where our motto is Hello Fun. 954-652-1823. Tell them the Brooklyn Cafe sent you.
What is CBD? CBD, or cannabidiol, is found in the cannabis plant. CBD can help regulate your mood, sleep, inflammation, and immunity. Did you know we all have internal systems ready to balance CBD? It's time to get healthy, not high. Do you suffer from anxiety, chronic pain, or moodiness? Contact Jamie Hidalgo at 561-674-7446. The #1 legal and leading CBD company in the United States. Call Jamie, safe for all ages, at 561-674-7446, or visit us online at www.livelovecbd.com.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow.
Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste.
The Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
Hydration, absorption, feels silkier, and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
And we're back at the Brooklyn Cafe on a Thankful Thursday, and I named it Thankful because Lynn Radis is with us, and we're going to hear a little bit of her story. We have Tara Viola with us on our second hour. I feel like we've done 2 hours already because we had such an amazing first hour. Our 12 o'clock hour, I'm still wearing the remnants of it from Carlisle Gives. I kind of poached a ring for the rest of the show before I put it back.
Nobody.
This is crocheted gold. Is this amazing?
You're going to get in so much trouble.
No, I'm going to put it back. But look, it fits perfectly. You know, when you're a woman and it fits perfectly, it's like shoes and Cinderella. You got to have it. I'm more than happy.
Shoes and Cinderella.
Yes.
You go home with it. That's how it works.
Thank you.
correct.
Lynn and I can hang out a little
No,
bit more.
yeah, but you talk and Lynn agrees.
She knows.
She keeps saying, yeah,
We
yeah,
serve food
yeah.
the same way. Apparently,
Yeah.
we must
There's
shop
no
the
food
same
on it.
way.
We do.
She should be part of my Thursday night lineup because it sounds like Becky, Lisa, Faith, and Lynn and I all go well together.
Why not?
You want to take Thursdays off?
Why not? Why not?
We just upgraded. That's it. No.
That's our Thursday night lineup coming
So
up for tonight. We had Carlisle Gibbs. We had food from the amazing Death or Glory. Oh my gosh! And all we had was a charcuterie tray, and everything we had. The
Now
vegan
she's going to
tray.
keep saying it because she likes the word
I can't even say. It
charcuterie.
makes me think of like cartoon caricatures.
That's right.
We had the meats, and what an amazing restaurant with Chef Jesse.
Did you try any of the food?
I didn't. I think I came here a little too late.
No. What you do is you take a plate, and there's
Take a
some
plate.
pieces there, and just put some on. Don't worry about it.
Well, thank you.
All fresh food. We've got Tara Violet, who I have never met, but I was walking around doing what I do at a juice bar, and I saw this amazing flyer, and I called her, and we played phone tag a little bit, but the mind of the organized, and she works with, I'm going to let her tell you what she does, but children and motivational speaking, and you know how I always say it starts with the kids, and if we can stop the anti-bullying, and if we can do the anti-bullying, and kids really start to feel empowered and they build their self-esteem, that maybe as adults we don't always have to get into it behind it. We can do the prevention instead of getting it after the fact. So I love what her motivation is, and she's working with kids in school board systems.
Excellent.
And we've got Lynn Radis, who does a little bit of everything. She's a motivational speaker.
Isn't Lynn the train lady?
Lynn is the train lady. Lynn is an executive recruiter. Lynn does many, many things. She says, what are we going to talk about? I said, I do not know.
She's the train lady.
She's the train lady.
I
so
got
we're
to
gonna
produce
chit-chat.
her twice about the train.
But two different shows.
Two different shows.
Yeah. Right, you did the Becky and Boca show. You talked about the train and the Amtrak, and then we had the Faith Washington show. We talked about your executive recruiting, and today we're kind of sort of bringing it all together.
And you got the email that had the book in it, right? I started
Becky
reading
and
it.
Boca was mostly about the train accident.
But I started
Just gotta
reading
get
it
you
on my
closer to the mic a
phone.
little bit.
Okay.
I started reading it on my phone, the book.
Ah.
Because she sent, did you read it?
It's okay.
You didn't read it? You got the guest on? You didn't even get the email.
I get email.
Of course you got the email.
No, I got the Stars Foundation Disney on Ice email is what
Yes.
I got.
So there's also a nonprofit I'm starting. I know. So
I got the
all
book
these-
about the train.
It's confusing.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that also. So I wanted to introduce Lynn. Tell us what you do, however you want to tell us what you do.
So
What are you doing today?
What are you doing today, Lynn?
Who am I? I'm an executive recruiter, and I've placed people all over the world. I've placed people in Poland, Romania, UK, Canada, Spain, and basically find people jobs. Within that, I have been very successful at finding a lot of people jobs at all different levels. And so today, I thought just a little bit unique is that I would go into what's the marketplace right now for internships and college graduates, just because it is kind of that May timeframe where we all may be having, kids who, need to find jobs, right? So,
What kind of job?
well, that's the thing is when you go to college, a lot of people don't do any research as far as their majors, and this is my passion. So in the U.S. right now, we give our kids a $250,000 check. And at the end of that, the parents assume you're going to be happy and the kid's going to be happy, right? I mean, that's what we do.
Until they have to pay it back.
But there's no additional research done, and I have never understood that. So that's my passion, that's why I've written books and things. You need to do a business plan. The kid needs to tell you, what are the strengths and weaknesses of this opportunity? Basically, what do I know about the job market 10 years from now? What do I know about the earnings potential? What do I have to travel? Do I have to relocate? What do I feel about the job hours? Oh my gosh, I didn't know nursing, I had to work every weekend. All of these things, nobody does anything. We literally choose a major and we just go, and then the parents do the same. And the parents are just as responsible, I hate to say it, because when you turn around and you're hands off of your kid, they'll be happy at the end. They don't know.
Right.
They don't know the whole rainbow of careers that's out there. They don't know anything that's out there. They don't know the salaries. They don't know the downfalls of those careers. And so, if I'm going to give you $250,000, well, we do that with daycares, with schools, with houses. Everybody does research.
You're assuming, wait, hold on. You're assuming that a parent is giving their kid $250,000?
Well, they're paying school tuition. They're not writing. They're paying living expenses.
Overall, tuition.
Take it easy. In the world I grew up in,
you paid for it.
In the world I grew up in, I had a full ride, so forget that. But my kids are paying $250,000 a piece back. So it's not that you're giving it. You got to have an exit plan because you got to pay back. School loans have to be paid back.
Well, here's what I say. You cannot send your kids to school and walk away.
You can't.
Because even when my kids were in school, there were times when they may as well have been 5, 6, 10. they needed parental guidance. And if you just say, go, oh my gosh, planning schedules. And I remember looking at curriculums thinking, what are you going to do with this?
I mean, really, that is the whole problem, is that parents know, yes, you should get an internship, but they have no idea how to go and tell them how to get an internship.
And what does that look like?
We assume, we also assume that there's a lot of, I don't know, career development, right? You assume that the career development are the experts and they will take care of everything.
Well, you assume your kid walks into the career development office is the other big assumption.
This is true. We
Sorry
assume they
to
use
say.
them.
Well, that's exactly it. They go, they can't help me. Have you gone? No.
Now, when should you put this business plan together? When you're a senior in high school? Because by the time you're a senior in college, game over.
Correct. So I have many different books. So first of all, I did Can You Afford to Be, right? So here's an example. So if you afford to be a psychology major, all right, well, it sounds great. Do you know anything about psychology and additional schooling that's required? So, okay, so you go in and you find out all the additional schooling, and then you ask mom and dad, okay, who's paying for the master's? Who's paying for the PhD? Where am I going with
Where am I
this?
getting the money?
What are the careers that are available?
You wrote all of these books?
Yeah, I've read a ton of different things. But so the other thing is, you know,
This lady can write.
Yeah, like nothing. She may not cook, but she can write.
Yeah, I can write. But yeah, so I did biology, I did, you know, a whole bunch of things. And then you find out salaries, you find out all the careers that are available, you find out what is available to you, which is important. But yeah, as far as the job boot camp, I did one for, basically it's job boot camp for college, basically what you need to do as a student. You know, you just don't go to college without activities. You don't go to college without internships. You don't go to college without figuring out what your major is.
To find out what you want to do.
Correct.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
I go in and I want to be A. And I go into college, I pick a school, which sometimes the school picks you, but you go wherever you go, and you graduate, and A has changed. The whole industry has changed, and it's not what I thought it was when I started, and it becomes B. And the problem that I have with most kids that I talk to in school is that they went in thinking, oh, I'm going to be this. And then at the end of it, this doesn't exist anymore. It's something else. So how do you prepare for the ever-changing? I mean, we're in a fast society now. How do you change? How do you prepare for that change?
You know, you should see this book, Freddie.
When you're in the middle of it.
This is like being old school, Lynn. This is hiring a recruiter, going for the interview. It even says, remember those magic words. Write an email follow-up. Write a thank you. I look forward to hearing from you next week. This is so old school. Now, Tara, you're from a younger generation. I don't hold you are, but you're clearly younger than we are. And you're working with kids. What are you finding for this follow-up in the kids going to school and in the job market?
Well, most of the kids currently that I'm working with are in elementary school.
Yes, and they're not there yet.
Not quite. So those aren't
Get
conversations
a
we're
little
really
closer to
having.
the mic, huh?
Yeah, sure. So those aren't the conversations we're currently having yet.
And Lynn, hiring a recruiter, that's something that never even entered my mind when my kids got out of school. What a great idea.
Well, I mean, it's good and bad. Recruiters, basically what we do is we usually recruit for our clients. So that's the challenge, is that a lot of people are unaware that we actually recruit for our clients. So we can't help physically everybody out there, right? So it's kind of the reverse. But yes, we absolutely are a resource. We can be a resource, but I think the parents really need to own this. And if you're investing money in your kid, buy a book, go out and have them do a business plan. What do you know about biology? Tell me 25 careers you're going to be. Tell me what the salaries are. Why should I invest in you and becoming that? And you're correct to save you from changing those things. I went into nursing. My mom was a nurse. Candid, hello. I had to bathe people. I had no idea.
Right.
Like, you get in there and you're like, really?
That is a good point.
Like, there's things in nursing I didn't realize, and I was like, okay, this isn't so much what I want to do. So then I went into business, but I had to transfer. I put more money out. I had to go to summer school. I did it, but why didn't I know these things? I was never, your scope of what you're going to come in for is really limited by who you know, who's doing that. And I think every kid is picking based upon some uncle or some aunt or somebody who's doing a really cool job.
Oh, God.
And you get into it, and then you change your major.
Yeah.
And you get into a little more, and you change your major.
It was funny because I wanted to be a doctor because everybody in my family was a doctor. And I stood up one day and I told my parents I'm not going to be a doctor. My father didn't talk to me for a month. And my uncles all wrote to me and called me, what are you doing? I says, I can't sit through this. I just can't do it.
That was the expectation, though, that you were going to come out a doctor. But it is. I did a whole parent's guide and a student's guide. And I do believe that's why we have unemployment. I mean, to be candid, everybody's going to school and they don't even know what the careers are. They don't know what's available. I knew nothing about private equity. I went to a nice business school. I knew nothing. You know, I wish I had known more.
What about
you know,
motivation, Lynn? Motivation, you went and got educated on that field. How do you educate today's kids? And maybe it's me. I mean, my son, everybody else, they get jobs and what have you, but if you want to do something, shouldn't you be motivated to go learn what that something is all about?
Correct. And job shadowing is huge. So you need to go in and experience it. And, you know, if you can take a couple days off and basically spend that time or know somebody who does that. You know, my daughter right now, I'm very fortunate, thank you. I was very fortunate to get a paid internship down here, right? So she goes to Penn State and she got a paid internship. Well, they're showing her everything, good, bad, and ugly about real estate, which is lovely, right? I mean, they're going to show her every single thing out there. Well, she's going to come out of that saying, yeah, this is something I want to do, or really, I don't like these pieces of it. You know, every kid needs to be job shadowing. And that's, you know, go spend a day with your uncle, your aunt, somebody who does this, whatever. Teaching, do you realize what teaching is? Well, that's great. Do you realize they don't make $100,000, most of them? And, you know, these types of things. But yet you have summers off. That's a really cool benefit. So, you know, I mean, there's so many great things. I would love, you know, people to understand more about every career. But you're correct. That's the only way you can
different
educate
careers.
them, is jump in.
My daughter was an art major. And she says, Mom, why did you let me be an art major? I said, let you? You chose to be an art major. We talked about what you're going to do when you got out of school. Were you going to go to art fairs? Were you going to work in a gallery? Were you going to teach? And it has evolved, and now she teaches art. But at the time, I said, what was I going to tell you? Go to business school? But I did insist that she go to a well-rounded university. So if she changed her mind after semester 1 or 2, she had an option and she wasn't locked into an art school. But what do you tell your kids who love art? Your kids that love communications? Don't do it.
Do a business plan. Show me why I should invest in you. That's really my thing, is show me why. What do you know about the good, bad, and ugly? Tell me 10 careers you can do with that job at the end and what those salaries are. And unless they can do that, I don't think I'm going to invest in
Well,
someone.
you also want them to lead the charge. You don't want to be the one leading the charge. You know, I mean, Giovanni, he created an app for me. Not for me, he created an app because he was a gamer. And from that, I hatched AMP. I sat with him one day and says, what do you want to call it? I don't know. I didn't realize that what we do, this business, everything you see around us and then some, wasn't something that he wants to do, because the other side of this deal is you got to be a good negotiator. You got to be a businessman. You got to understand the trends, up, down, sideways. It isn't just come to work, turn on the lights. I mean, we've been in meetings all morning. This one's screaming at me, we got to go. Because she's screaming, we got to get on the set. So sometimes when you want people to do their dreams, it becomes complicated. And you should scope out jobs and find out what it is if that's what you want to do. But I always tell college kids, graduate walking into a plan. Have a plan going in from the beginning and find out if that's what you want to pursue. Simple. You want to be a lawyer, right? Linda's daughter, my daughter is a lawyer. She's an attorney. And she passed the bar. And everything else is great. My goodness, but she should be a chef. She's the best cook I've ever seen in my life. She always wanted to do a restaurant. But her mother felt that it was more secure to become an attorney. Now, she can be a restaurant owner if she wants. You can still do it if you want to do it. So pursue your dreams. Yeah. Pursue what you got going and keep going.
And then the other disadvantage we have right now is that people get what's called e-screened out. So college kids can go now and apply when they graduate and literally not get jobs, because they can apply to hundreds and hundreds of jobs, Monster or Indeed or whatever, and they have pre-screening questions. So those pre-screening questions will literally go through and say, I need a 3.5 GPA, yours is a 2.5, you're not even getting to the hiring managers. That is something that has never happened before, and that's not even your generation. I mean, now, literally, you can sit there and apply all you want. There's not an interview necessarily coming out of that process.
Wow.
So we've gone full cycle, and so basically what you have to do now is know people. Initially, you had to know somebody to get a job.
Yep.
And then we had all this technology that helped and not helped, and then I got stacks of resumes this much, and then I had to sort through them, and now we're full cycle where literally you are going to get blocked probably 100% of the time.
Really?
Unless you fit those parameters.
I have seen that with my kids,
Yep.
for sure.
That is scary.
And then they may be great at what they do, and when you want that face-to-face interview, you don't even get to that face-to-face interview because maybe you had a bad semester, maybe something was happening, but you don't get there if your GPA isn't where it needs to be to even circumvent those other issues.
Yep. And if I put in, I want, an Aramark grad, and I want 2.0 GPA, and I want whatever I want, That's exactly what I get. And that's not just, hello, I'm sorry, it's not just college kids, it's everybody. And people have to understand that you need to know basically 100 people who will hire you now. We've gone full cycle. We literally have to know people who will hire us. We have to be so networked that literally any day you can walk in and be like, I know 5 other recruiting firms that would hire me in a heartbeat. This is where everybody has to be. You have to be a recruiter for yourself. And so it's no longer just applying online, and if people aren't getting jobs, no, you're not a bad candidate. You know, it's not you. It's sometimes that you're literally getting screened out, and your kids are getting screened out. They're working as hard as they can, thinking that they're applying online and trying to get a job, and they really are trying to get a job. You know, they're not going to get a job that way. So,
And it comes down to who you know.
Yes.
Tara, what was your major in school?
I did business and marketing, and I genuinely had no interest whatsoever, and I wondered why I was going to school in the first place.
And what are you doing
Completely
now?
honest.
You're not even
I even got a real estate agent license, and I do that sometimes to bring in extra money, but even that in itself, I was working for money, not for joy or pleasure at all. And so at the very root of all of this, which is why I'm getting involved with kids, is to really ask themselves the question of what brings you joy in life.
Well, there's the two sides of this. So here we sit with two sides of the equation.
Yeah.
One is do what you like to do, and will the money come, or you still need to support yourself?
Absolutely.
Or look at your business plan, and is it about money? So therein lies, there's that fine line, Lynn.
It's funny, can I say something?
Please.
You know, it's funny because I see both of their standpoints of view. When I went to school, when I was going to college, I went to school for marketing as well. And the one thing that you don't realize is that when you come out of there, that even if you go and do an internship, that marketers are, if they're in a big corporation, they're kind of grandfathered in. They have to retire out of that position or situation. And then on a lower level, people market themselves now. You know, you throw it on Facebook, you throw it on Instagram, you put a sign in front of your house. So the need for a marketer, if you're not able to get in, you're kind of stuck. But on the other hand, here I am, I'm over 20 years old, and I finally found what I enjoy doing. For my whole life, I've been working in insurance, and I've been, sales my whole life, but I didn't enjoy it. I really lost joy for what I was doing, and that's what led me to being here with Freddy. Called you guys up to take the internship because I finally wanted to do something that I enjoy and put money as a secondary.
But it's interesting what Rashad did when we put our ad out in Indeed looking for interns. And we got kids, and now we're getting all the summer internship kids, and some of them have absolutely no experience, some of them just want it for the summer. But Rashad looked up AMP. Before we even had a chance to call him back, he found your phone number, and he pursued us, and he called. Before we even, I don't even know if we even got an application from you on Indeed. You called and said, I saw what you're posting. This is what I bring to the table. And no, I'm not 20, but these are my qualifications and my experience. So he circumvented that whole thing himself, because if I had seen someone coming in for a free internship that had 20 years or 25 years of experience, and this has happened, we go, you know what? No.
Right.
Because you've got too much experience for what we're doing.
I'd like to add to that as well, a couple of points. I went to school for information technology because my father worked at IBM when it was the T-Rex Plaza here in Boca Raton. So I've been in computers all my life, in technology. And after pursuing my bachelor's degree in information technology, I looked up to see what the salaries were as compared to how much I owed in student loans. And at that point, I made a conscious decision. I was like, well, I'm not gonna go ahead and graduate with a bachelor's degree, walking into a $45,000, $50,000 annual job that's annual for annual salary, and have about $50,000, $60,000 in student loans. So I made a conscious decision to pursue my MBA to get into IT management. So I knew I would be able to walk in at some point in my career in a 6-figure salary that would allow me to expedite the payment of the student loans. That was for one. So that was a conscious decision I made. I did do my research in regards to what the salaries were in regards to the information, to the technology field, and that's why I decided to get in, IT management. Secondly, a lot of millennials, because of Instagram and Facebook, they are losing the touch of human contact. So they don't believe in picking up the phone. They don't believe in face-to-face contact. And I think to what Rashad does, is they're doing themselves a disservice, because I prefer face-to-face contact, then phone conversation, then email. But one thing I hate to do is just send an email and just wait for a response. I'd rather look up that recruiter on their LinkedIn page, and LinkedIn is actually becoming a huge asset in the hiring process these days that I think a lot of these students, millennials, are not recognizing. And then reaching out to these people via LinkedIn or asking for introduction, or going on Meetup and looking up for networking events to have some type of human interaction with these hiring managers and make a connection through those avenues.
Different things. Tara, do you use Meetup or LinkedIn?
I do. Meetup.
Use Meetup.
I actually first got into it to get involved in communities that were talking about elevating higher levels of consciousness.
Now, you work with two different communities.
Very much so.
So, talk about your day job, one community, and then the community of your motivational speaking, because I think I know there's a bridge between the two of them.
Absolutely. So, I am a group facilitator in drug treatment facilities. And I find on the back end, after a lot of the choices have already been made, there's now basically treating what has already been created in the mind, and then now working with children, it's before anything has already been created. And I see a huge opportunity between both, and I find it very interesting. And so not only can I be helpful to both communities, but I find that there's a lot in common in some capacity with what they want in life, even before or after the choices have been made to create that being the result. So it's that's something that I do. I find a lot of passion in.
But your major was, as you said, business and marketing.
And real
estate.
Well, honestly, I thought I had to go to school. Like there's something that happens in society where we're supposed to do certain things, and I asked myself, who made the rules here? And that's really at the very basis of what I do in general, as far as thought-provoking, whether it be in communities or the groups of friends that I've created, or helping kids, or even addicts, or my own self, because really I'm just giving away what has worked for me to be able to create the life that I finally enjoy living and am en route to create too. But really was who made the rules? And why do I have to do things any way that it's already been done? Why can't I create something that I enjoy?
Hey, Lynn, so that point.
Yeah, this is probably one of the only countries that we do it this way. So Switzerland, for instance, they have a whole big, apprenticeship program. And you literally can, be a mechanic, and you can make $100,000, and it's highly looked upon, and, nobody looks down on you, and it's where it should be. And here, for some reason, we took away all the VOTech programs, or we had this whole different level where my kid has to go to college. And you're correct, not everyone does, and there's some very lucrative careers that people can make a nice living and not do. And so I think one of my clients had actually asked me, they said, Lynn, if you can help spin that at some point, that's really where we need to come back to, where VOTech is okay, that you can make $100,000 as a mechanic or go to nursing school. You don't have to go to college to be in sales, not necessarily. There's so many different fields that you can do that. And,
and I got a question. The helping with the kids, is this something you own?
No, basically this is all something where I was doing a lot of volunteering.
Okay.
And just genuinely being interested in certain topics and wanting to get involved in people's lives and being there for them and giving them the space to just be themselves as they are without trying to tell them what to do at all, really.
For kids?
For kids and addicts.
Okay, but the addicts, you work for an institution?
I do.
Okay, and for the kids, you're volunteering?
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, I just want to understand the segue.
Yeah.
Because it's night and day.
Yeah.
You're seeing the good and the bad.
It kind of is and it isn't. So you see one side of it and you say, all right, it's like we say with health. You can try and prevent bad health, or you get behind it and then you become reactionary and you're on 10 different medications.
Right.
If we can get in front of these kids, like I say all the time, as far as the bullying and the self-esteem, and having them truly believe in their abilities, whether it's even at age, whatever it is, 10 years old, they have their strengths and their passions right then, and get in front of it and say, maybe that path is different. Let's find a different path. Not everyone needs to go to college.
But
so they shouldn't feel they're being judged at the end of the day.
But that's one side. But then when you're dealing with addicts, it's a very complicated issue because and you're doing the group thing, right? Where they come in and they sort of talk to each other and they have to rely on one another. This leads back to yesterday's show. And
what was yesterday's show? I'm kidding. Who remembers? We've done 4 since then.
But the interesting aspect is that as a person, for you to coordinate that, you have to be all together. You know, you have to bring your game.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that people are going to be looking at you to fill those gaps.
Right.
The reason they're sitting there is because, unfortunately, there are gaps.
I wanted to talk about that. Rashad, we'll take a quick commercial break, run a couple.
Right in the middle of a sentence.
You know why?
I love it when she does
because
this.
I wanted her, because I don't
But
want
I'm going to lose
I don't want
this.
her to answer the question.
I don't have a question.
I want her to explain how she's pulling it
I
together.
know, but I wanted to tell you.
Ask her.
Kids need you to bring your game as well, but you're dealing with two different animals here. I mean, can you see the difference? This is tremendous.
I do and I don't. Like, to me,
You know,
I
it's
see,
the reason why she's doing this because she don't.
You know why? Because I think it's one and the same.
No,
because
it's
I
not.
think the reason some people become addicts is because we haven't gotten to them as children. We have not served them appropriately as adults. Like I said to you this morning,
That is absolutely
it's
accurate.
nature
But
and
I could-
nurture. Your child is born
Hold
with
on.
whatever genetics. It is our responsibility.
Mama
and then
Lou,
they'll say,
Mama Lou, I got you, Mama Lou.
to
Hold on a
responsible.
second.
Sorry.
But I know people who had the best upbringings and had the wrong influence.
Absolutely.
It's
The
true.
wrong influence. And they had the best upbringing. And you choose, because in life you got paths. I want to hear that.
You know what I love about this conversation? Freddie had no idea
You're both
that
right.
you guys were even coming on the show. And
I
he was ready
don't.
to
Both
go.
right.
But I got to tell you, I see the difference. And you got to have it together to get that A game in both sides. And I admire it because you are volunteering on the other side.
And we're
which
going
is
to talk
amazing.
about this, how I even found you, when we get back. We're going to take a quick commercial break. More conversation. Join our fun on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV, and we will be right back.
What happened to our food?
Beyond Foods, the Handbook of Functional Nutrition by Barbara Swanson, successfully breaks down the topic of nutrition into 4 easy building blocks of good health. Learn to understand why foods are good for you. Understand how to make better nutrition and food choices. Quickly figure out if new food fads or quick fixes are right for you. Beyond Foods is a simple and accurate handbook to the world of diet and nutrition. Order your copy today at thefunctionalnutritionhandbook.com. Master the building blocks to creating vibrant health and energy. Act now. Get your book at thefunctionalnutritionhandbook.com.
What is Debersize? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debersize. Debersize comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debersize can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher level boot camp and weight training. Debersize will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. Ready, set, ride. Remember when you were a kid and riding a bike was pure fun? It's time to rediscover that carefree feeling again with a Pedigo electric bike. Pedigo is the #1 brand of electric bikes in America because with Pedigo, we put you and the customer service first. Pedigo electric bikes are universally fun for all ages. Choose to pedal for exercise or throttle for full assist. Give Pedigo Fort Lauderdale a call or stop in for a free bike ride. 954-652-1823. Come as you are and try a Pedigo today, where our motto is Hello Fun. 954-652-1823. Tell them the Brooklyn Cafe sent you.
What is CBD? CBD, or cannabidiol, is found in the cannabis plant. CBD can help regulate your mood, sleep, inflammation, and immunity. Did you know we all have internal systems ready to balance CBD? It's time to get healthy, not high. Do you suffer from anxiety, chronic pain, or moodiness? Contact Jamie Hidalgo at 561-674-7446. The #1 legal and leading CBD company in the United States. Call Jamie, safe for all ages, at 561-674-7446 or visit us online at www.livelovecbd.com.
And we're back on a Thankful Thursday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. You know, we should really like keep our mics and everything running. Remember the show we produced where they kept everything rolling during commercial break?
We shouldn't have taken the commercial. We should have kept going.
We needed to take a commercial to thank our sponsors, but the conversation has continued, and bringing both of you together, it's because there are so many similarities, but there are so many differences in what you do, but it's all about helping our kids. And you had a question that we wanted to ask you when we came back on air. You had a question for Tara.
So I wanted to know, at the end of the day, how do you decompress and leave those stories and that burden that you bear throughout the day?
That you witness.
That you witness firsthand, and not take it home with you when you walk in through your door.
Or do you?
Or do you?
Yeah. Good question.
I have a way of filling myself back up. And for me, it's something that I work with a lot of people to create. It's called a daily checklist. It's a ritualistic, task-oriented, basically list that every single one of them allows me to bring back to the moment and to refill myself. So everyone's different. And so there's a tool that I create, which is part of what I did in the Mind of the Organized workshop, is I have an areas of balance. There's 10 areas of balance in life and that I've created based on what I've experienced. And then you write where you are at in each one of those areas. And then based on whatever's low, you counteract it with a daily to-do to kind of increase your area of balance. And for me, I have mine. It's ever-changing, but pretty consistent. It's like a Tara cookie-cutter way of being that really works for me when I do certain things on a daily basis. And that involves, for me, the way I eat, how I exercise, what kind of readings I'm doing in the morning.
Everything.
What I'm eating. Yeah,
everything
it goes
you do in the
from
daily
how I
life.
sleep to what I'm reading to how I interact with people, what I choose to focus on as far as gratitude or meditation. It's a whole way of being that for me over the years I have seen to just create a way of being for me based on what I do that really works for me.
And this is
everybody
how I found
has
her,
one.
Freddy.
Yeah.
I saw this. I was getting my nails done. I went to Juiceberry to get a coffee on my way to the studio.
I made those myself, by the way.
Did you? On my way to the studio a couple Thursdays ago, and I saw this, and I thought, wow, the Mind of the Organized, and again, on this I need my glasses, but I was reading the back of it, and I just thought what you're doing is amazing, and the butterfly effect, and change of state, law of attraction, color in our world is everything we talk about. And Lynn, to your story with your Amtrak train, I'm going to let you share it. You have another chance. So share your story, and because there's so many segues here, there's so many similarities of what you guys do, but so many differences. But we all sit here today with the same conversation of gratitude and why we're here and to share our message.
No, I think, I get emotional sometimes, but basically May 12th, 2015, I was in the Amtrak accident that flipped over. I was hurt. No one knows how to get in and out of a train. No one can tell you how to open a window. No one can tell you how to open a train door. And, black inside, black outside, I think I've looked to change that.
And then get a little closer to the microphone.
Oh, I'm so sorry. So I've looked to change that. I think that's a crazy piece that no one knows how to do that. But yeah, as far as that changed my life that day, I was in rehab, basically still building myself back, and I lost everything. Basically business cycled down to zero, pain meds, etc. And then kind of, lost, and then had to move in with my mother for a bit, and God bless her. But
how long, Lynn, did it take you to get back?
Well, I mean, I'm still getting back. I mean, mentally, I still have, PTSD, and when you hear the train go by, and just different
And
things.
we're right by the train tracks, by the way.
When you hear a fire alarm go off, all of a sudden you'll see me get a little weird. It's like, but you know, I still definitely have moments. But because of that, I think the whole accident, I found my passion and purpose, which I think is to exactly what you're trying to encourage people to do. I think that now I've co-founded this foundation for women called the Stars Foundation. And literally for second chances, as you said, for people who, you know, single moms, people who need funding, people who want friends, people who, you know, move to a town and just start over. Literally, we started Stars because there's 5 points on a star, and the foundation is you, and everything goes around that. So unless your business is okay, and you have a good job, and you have good family, and you have good emotional support from people like you, you know, we have amazing coaches, amazing leaders, amazing women that are joining this, and we're empowering people all the way down to college, high school level, and then hopefully all the way down. So I think it's just it's unique, and I think you know, versus a networking group, it's really women who care and are giving back, and I'm excited about it. But I think yeah, not everybody's had my story in a train accident, and you know, I felt like I was going to die. So you know, and so anyhow, so written a book, and it's called Terror by Rail. You can all read my life story. It's a true story based upon my experience, and hopefully join the Stars Foundation.
One of the episodes on that book is that you had to literally climb out of the train and jump down, right?
So it is dark inside, it's dark outside. I'm literally on my back. I literally have my arms crossed over my head. I literally thought I had no teeth. I was pummeled with luggage all over my body. My head hit the wall, going at 106 miles an hour on a curve, landing next to 5 tankers full of oil. Basically I had a broken shoulder blade, and I wanted to get the heck out. You just need to get out. And really the scariest thing, I never want anyone in the world to have to go through, but me and a guy decided, the guy was, you know, the chairs are now hanging above you. There's only 2 emergency windows at the top. They're smoke filled, they're soot filled, they're black. They're black inside, black outside. You got to figure out which ones are the emergency windows. It's not everyone.
Which one is everyone? That's right.
It's not everyone. And then you have to figure out how to open a window. And I will tell all of your viewers now, this is important, how to open a train window. No one knows. There's a piece of rubber, and you have to pull it off like this, and then the window pips out.
You had
Who
to
remembers
scoop
this in an emergency?
Now, how did you come to that conclusion?
Good question. You know, it was trying. First of all, I had a broken shoulder, so literally, I'm up. I'm the lighter one, so he's holding me up, and literally, I'm like trying to figure out how to open a window. And like, I remember it was just horrible because I had no idea. You're kicking, you're punching, you're pushing. You're like, you have no idea. It's totally blacked out. It doesn't say how do you open a window. It's the worst experience, and it needs to change. And if somebody wants to change this, anybody listening in the government needs to change. It needs to be every window. It needs to be, you know, glow in the dark. It needs to be lit up. There needs to be emergency lights on. The train doors, the same thing. The train doors literally shut upon impact. Does anybody know how to open a train door? Oh, well, by the way, now all your viewers will know. There is a panel on the side of the train that only the conductor can use, and it's hidden in there on the side, and you have to go find it, and then you have to open the lever. No one knew that. I mean, everybody was saying, how do you get out? How do you get out? How do you get out? So then I finally got to the top of the train. I pushed the window out, and this is once again with broken shoulder, back, neck, the whole thing. And so I'm on the top of the train, and I had to do like a push-up and then a pull-up. I look, you know, they say you can turn over cars. I believe that now. And I was on top of the train, and then, as I said, I looked over and I saw 5 tankers full of oil. There's a kid up on the hill saying, oh, by the way, you know, your train's on fire, screaming down. I'm thinking it's going to blow.
So you had to jump down literally 12 feet. Now, 12 feet, ladies and gentlemen, is a story and a quarter. 12 feet is a lot of height. So you had to jump down, right, to get away from this thing.
Well, after we, you know, I just tried lifting people out of the thing, and everybody was lifting out, and then it slowed down a bit. And then, yeah, you had to make that choice that it was 2 feet, you know, basically the train's this way, and now it's this way. And you had to make that choice. Now, are you going to get electrocuted when you stand up? Are there hot wires? Or are you going to, you know, are the tracks live? You have no idea. You don't know if you're going to break something else. You just know that you're hearing the train's on fire, it's going to explode, you see the tankers of oil. like this isn't like the movies, where's the helicopter? No helicopter, no rescue.
And the thing is, this isn't anything that was a choice, this was an accident.
Right.
You know, and when we talk about addiction, not that it's a choice, but some place, it starts as a choice, whether you take it's a pain pill, whether you try an experimental gateway. At some point, it begins with an action you've taken. The action you took was you got on a train. But at the end of the day, it's about recovery. Your recovery from PTS, your kid's recovery, your young adult, whoever you work with, their second chances, and working with the youngers. There's so many things here, Freddie, that I can't even wrap my head around how big this is. The STARS Foundation, what you're doing with the Mind of the Organized, you're working with kids to help them find what are the somehow I even see you guys working together.
Oh, yeah,
the platform
no,
you're working with the children in the Broward County
How
school
old?
system.
Hold on. How old are the children? What age group are we talking about here?
I mean, I have the ability, I'm working with Beacon TV now also, of being able to blast my workshop on a large scale, and I get to choose elementary, middle, high school, or all
So you get
three.
choice, okay.
But what I've found is sitting with about 8 to 11 in elementary school, there's something about the mind of that age group where they don't combat insanity. They don't hold on to what doesn't work. The second you give them an idea that's better than theirs, they're running with it. And because of that, there's just something so inspiring about working with that, because it's just an infinite amount of possibilities at that point. The conversations are incredible.
What do the workshops look like for these kids?
I haven't created them for the kids yet, but I got the opportunity to do that because of creating the one that I did. And I kind of created it without having any age group in mind. And then from there, I went, and because of some friends I had that were doing the Fort Lauderdale Fashion Week, they were there, a couple people were there, I was networking, and then there was somebody from Beacon TV who basically said he was interested in potentially being able to see if it would work with the kids, and didn't even know that I was working with kids. So it all happens on purpose.
So they're going to put it on Beacon?
That's the plan. I'm working with the content that I already have. What I'm doing essentially is breaking it all apart, going down to what's the principle behind the concepts, and then reconstructing it in a way that's translatable to children.
Yeah, okay, so
which
you're
I
gonna
have to
capture
change
that.
the verbiage entirely. The message is the same.
And what is the message?
The message really is to give you choice to create anything, and not coming from anything prior to this moment being the reason why you come up with the ideas. So even in sitting with these girls, one of the girls that I was working with, she was being bullied all year long. And I had just come in to start working with her. And just sitting with her, her being heard without already anticipating me understanding what she felt like, or even saying to her, you did not deserve to go through any of that, because of course all of that is accurate, right? But I intuitively, just like everybody else, I believe everyone intuitively has answers within. And sometimes we need the space to be able to be creative enough to draw them out of ourselves.
You're
And so
absolutely
I
right.
gave her the space, which was something that no one had done for her prior. And it made me realize how important it is to basically just be present for people. And that was with the kids and or the addicts or my family members or myself or my friends. To give people the space to just be heard, first of all. And then second of all, don't stop telling everybody what to do all the time. And then to basically say, well, if you could empower, use your pain, use the struggle, use the scenario as it is, the result as it has come to, and now create something from it that leaves you inspired and all the rest of the people involved, what would it look like? What could you do if you had choice? And nothing prior to this moment and what you believe is possible were even relevant. From this moment, what would you do? What would you create? And she decided, without me telling her what to do at all, she decided to create a kindness advocacy program for her elementary school.
That's because you gave her the awareness of choice.
Right. Instead
The
of just
awareness.
saying, okay, ignore them, because that's what she was told. Ignore them, change classes. She was becoming more and more frustrated because even though she could ignore them, she was still getting made fun of. I was made fun of in middle school.
I
Badly.
think so many people are. And
I was made fun of badly to the point where I was having lunch in the bathroom. So to sit there and like have somebody, people are doing the best. So I'm not discounting the people who tried to be there for her. But telling somebody basically it is what it is, ignore it, just move on, it's not helpful.
She has to be hooked up with No Place for Hate, ADL, and things of that
There's
nature.
so many things.
Stars
Can I say
Foundation.
something?
That's what I'm thinking.
That's
the
right,
Stars Foundation.
for kids.
I mean, I know the two of you have this polar similarity of how you can all work together and using our platform. I know I'm going to get right there.
It's okay.
But they both said to me, Tara would like to build a bigger platform to reach, and she's got Beacon TV in the Broward County school system and recording her messages. We spoke to Lynn the other day about her platform for sharing whatever you have to share, which is so many things. We've created such an amazing platform, and we say every day it's so everyone's voice can be heard, and everyone's voice matters. And we talked about it yesterday with Noah Crane. Same thing. Sorry, Rashad.
You know, what she's been talking about reminds me of what my mother used to tell me when I was a kid. My mother's famous saying to me was always, meet people where they're at. Don't expect more from people, because that's the biggest problem that people have. Like, you'll see a homeless guy and you're like, oh, you don't give him money, he's probably going to use it for drugs. That's an awfully big assumption. You don't know what his situation is. Number one, he could have mental health issues, which most people that are homeless or living on the street do.
True.
At some point in some time. So my mother used to always tell me, meet people where they're at, and that's exactly how I like to live my life. So there again, I commend you.
You know, there's a movie that I watched called Man in the Attic. There was a guy who's a famous, well-to-do, in Long Island, he used to take the train into Manhattan. He was well-to-do, $1 million producer. And he came home one day because he decided he was going to stay in the attic across the street of his garage, across from the house, and watch his wife from a distance. And he stayed there for over a year. And then I find out it's based on a true story. And people were giving him money as a bum or a street person. And this guy had a brain, but he did it because he felt unappreciated. This whole movie's about this whole thing. At the end, when she decides to meet somebody else, he comes back into her life. He says, Daddy's home, and he cleaned up, he put on his $1,000 suit, and the whole 9 yards. But what I really like is that the awareness of choice is the most important message you can give any other human being. Because it's not about saying today I'm a failure, tomorrow I got nothing to live for. You always have a choice. Size of choice is the problem. Do you have a big platform, a little platform, something in between, and it counts. And that's what you did for that young lady. You gave her the ability to see you do have choice.
And then she no longer, in that moment, I mean, she literally was going like this. Just like, I don't even have tears left. You know what I mean? And how do you can't take away, what happened will always be what happened for her.
Her past is her past, but you've given her
it
a choice
will always
to
be.
keep
My
going.
parents will always be my parents. What I've been through will always be what I went through. There's no way to kind of change it, but we can write a new story. And for her, I gave her the space to be able to say, well, instead of feeling sorry for yourself, or instead of sitting here still being outcasted and just ignoring it, how can you be empowered? And she created the solution for herself. And she left very excited. So now when we meet, she's coming up with all these plans to have a kindness advocacy. So when there's conflict in the school, they resolve it by hearing each other out and coming up with a solution that is based in kindness and listening to each other. She came up with that. I did not have anything to do with that.
You do realize, and I'm sure all our parents told her, when God gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right? You do realize that all of this negative stuff, and she has no more tears, the word, you can write about things like this, you can put it on t-shirts, you can have comedy to it, you can add that to teach a lesson. So tell her to write those bad feelings down, not because I want her to feel it, but because she can move it forward, and you can teach. You can teach off something negative. And again, it's all about choice. ADL, Dawn put together ADL, anti-bullying, at the BB&T Center last year. 21,000 people were finally saying, you know, something's got to stop. This thing that's happening in the schools has been going on forever. But we're not learning from our past. As Napoleon said, he who doesn't learn from history is bound to repeat it. And that's what we do. So it isn't a negative for her. It's actually a learning lesson that she can use in the future to use to teach.
I think what's important and why it'll be effective for her also is instead of saying like anti-bullying, it's just pro-kindness.
Pro-kindness.
So there's something about just not constantly dwelling on what the issue is, but just living the solution of
That's
it.
right.
I think there's a difference
That's
there.
a good point.
And you had the choice, Lynn. You didn't have to climb out of that train. Truly.
Yes, you did.
She had to.
She had to.
But she
Because she wouldn't be sitting here telling the story.
Well, I know she had to, but there is a conscious choice of, what you and this gentleman did, and you became proactive and said, I have to get out, and you got out, and your life changed.
And there's choices too. There's a lot of people that hit bumps, whether they're divorced or they have a bad work or they get fired or whatever.
Or you fall off a bike,
or
a
they
lot of
fall off
stuff.
a bike or whatever. Or they have cancer, and they're like, you want to be miserable. It's funny. I always believe there's somebody better and worse. And I have an amazing friend who has cancer, and we were talking one day, and he's like, "But Lynn, I have cancer." And I told him, I said, "Well, how about kids with cancer?" I said,
That's right.
you want to go visit them. They didn't have this long. You had a long time without it. Everybody has their bump, and I don't want cancer, and I don't want health issues, and everybody has their bump. My bumps are good for some people, they're worse for others, whatever. Your bumps, everybody has bumps. But it is, you always got to remember, there's somebody better and somebody worse.
But that's why you're
here.
healing. You went through that whole thing, and you are the storyteller, and you are the writer, and you've lived it, okay? And you can see it. You can see it in your personality. You can see it in what you've written. Everywhere you go, you have this different energy about you. And the reason you're good at what you do is because you're overcoming. And if you overcome, when you came, you're telling your kid, listen, you got to get your business plan together to be successful. You got to listen, because you've been there. There's a difference between being there and saying you're going to be there. Same thing with you. You've been there, eating lunch in the bathroom. I gotta tell you, I thought I had it bad, because I had a bad school experience as well. I didn't eat. I just stayed in the bathroom. I didn't eat at all, because I was afraid that I was going to be bullied. I didn't eat. In PS 109, PS 82 in the Bronx, I didn't eat. That's why I do what I do now, because I ain't never going back to that. I had the wrong mentality. My parents didn't speak English, so who was I going to talk to? Nobody. My brother may rest in peace, or my sister. They used to tell me, fight your way out. That's what we did.
Yeah,
So
we all had to find the way to cope. And my way of coping with that was next year to come back as one of the prettiest girls in school, and I got highlights and went tanning and got fake nails, and I was very popular for the rest of my school life. So I decided to cope with hard times was to look good. And that became my
But is
MO.
it inside
and,
you?
But how you feel? But on the inside,
Yeah.
look what you do now.
Well, it's very different now, but my point is my way of coping with that. That seemed to be what people were interested in, so I wrote a story about that. And
So
that
you
was
gave them what
I
they
lived my
wanted.
life and became more and more and more inauthentic and removed from really being present with any type of relationship with myself. And for me, that's where a lot of problems stemmed from. And so even
Long-term,
having that
yes.
story
Yeah.
of even my way of coping with it to have friends still wasn't a real solution. So I have a lot of stuff that I have been able to take my experiences, and to go back to his question about like, how do you not take it home? I really kind of do. And so yes, I fill my cup up because I can only give away what I have. And I, though, do think that all the challenges that I personally have been brought to, or what any challenge anyone's brought to, is usually the opportunity to do something about it.
Lynn, how
So
do you
I've chosen to do something about
How do you keep going?
what I've been brought to. Yeah.
One of my favorite things, I know it's funny, because I did. I mean, I got kicked with divorce, and then I got kicked again with the train accident. I got kicked again when I got dumped. I got kicked a couple times.
I'm going to teach you how to.
Becky, doesn't she?
She looks like Becky.
looks like Becky.
I'm going to
Laughs like
teach
Becky.
you that the best defense, it takes a lot more energy to play defense, is offense. So you got to start kicking back, baby.
Well,
you got to start kicking
look
it.
what both of these ladies have done. She's created the Stars Foundation, these amazing books. You're creating this amazing platform that you have. What we do here every day, we have to create platforms to share our voices, and for everyone to know that there's a safe place and there's someone to reach out to. Remember when the kids called us on the march that day? There was middle school kids that on their walkout, they called us. They saw our show airing, and they called the radio station to say what they were doing, and they were sitting in the courtyard. It was 1 o'clock. They'd walked out at, 10?
Yes.
They decided not to go
They
back in
decided
that
not
day,
to
and
go
they called
back
into
in.
the show.
That's right.
So I want to give all the information out. Lynn, how can people find you and your litany of expertise?
Everywhere. So basically, lynnradice.com is easy. On LinkedIn, I have all my 36,000 followers and all that, so you can find a lot about me, my references. If you need help job recruiting or things, call me. And then other than that, the Stars Foundation, info at stars, S-T-A-R-Z, org. And the Stars Foundation, .org. And I think that's it.
And
then
your book?
and my book, Terror by Rail. Feel free to look that up on Amazon. It was a #1 new release for a while, which was great. If we can get it back, that'd be good. Yeah, so that's my true life story. Feel free to read that. And then, if you are looking for jobs, or that is what I do, or if you know clients that are looking for jobs, obviously that's my expertise.
And Oprah, if you're listening and you want to put her on your show, be cool.
I'm available. I am available. Oprah.
Cool.
And Tara, where can we find you and the program that you're offering?
Right now, I made a Facebook page. I didn't even have a Facebook until like a year ago, but I decided that was probably the best platform. So my Facebook page has all my other social media links to it. Contact, email, phone number, all that stuff. So that would be the best way to reach me.
And it's Tara, Tahra Violet.
Tara Violet.
LLC is actually what it says on Facebook. So you can find all the information there. This amazing program she's got going, hopefully into Broward County school systems.
That's the plan.
And perhaps we can help move
We're
all of
going
these
to push
initiatives
that
forward.
plan ahead, absolutely.
Everyone's initiative forward.
Isn't it fun
what a
that
day.
you get to witness stuff like this? I mean, yesterday, was unreal. Today, again, more
Tom,
unreal.
you missed this conversation. Tom is back from SoFlo.
Tom is
Mixers.
back from SoFlo.
I'm telling you, these conversations, we started this cafe as a midday fun show, and then people say you get away from the cafe feel, but we had food at 12. But these are conversations that need to be had.
Yes, and it's about time that it needs to be.
And we have them around the table because most conversations are had around food and around your
I
table.
love that.
And that is why it's not a round table, it's a rectangular table, but it's why we do what we do.
That's right. And
Thank you, ladies. Thank you for sticking with us. We've had people in
My
and out of
pleasure.
here for the past 2 hours. My mind is kind of spinning. Maybe a shot of tequila I need. I don't know. You still have the ring on from Catherine Carlisle. We have the food from Death or Glory in Delray Beach. We had Tara Violet, Lynn Radice. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. And Tom from SoFlo Mixers coming up. Rashad, I'm glad you enjoyed last night. We'll see everyone tomorrow on a Fitness Friday. Be kind to each other. Same time, same place.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Want to make your smartphone brilliant? One tap creates a virtual wine fine tuner. Another, a coffee refiner. A beauty cream and makeup enhancer.
Wow.
Look at your eye.
What a difference.
And with still just a tap, a strength and flexibility harmonizer.
Yeah, I definitely felt something different.
This is the Vitalizer. In the App Store on any smartphone, a simple download that will embed specific frequencies and vibrations into your phone's light photons and sound waves. Calibrations designed to affect taste,
Vitalizer one is better than the other one, for sure.
hydration, absorption,
Feel silkier.
and perhaps most incredibly, your strength, flexibility, and energy. Amazing.
Wow.
Crazy.
Well, salud. I'm loving it.
Go to www.vitalizerapp.com and make your smartphone brilliant.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for art, culture, music, and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000-square-foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.